All right, let's set this thing up.
Are we set up? Are we set up? I don't. What's gonna? You're gonna get that thing.
That's okay, but doing it that way doesn't make a difference.
Oh no.
No, because you're not lighting.
Where's the?
I'm so backwards with this thing. Ah, there we go.
Everything goes backwards. Everything goes in the opposite direction.
Well, then I can't type. One. Pull this close to me. I can't even see. Hi, everybody.
We got out there. Zuri, quiet down, please. Run alive. Thank you, honey.
We got Priscilla here.
Hey, Priscilla. Wagwan people out there in La La Land.
All right, messages pinned.
I'm still trying to filter through.
All right, we got number one person in the house. Oh, let me get my tea.
Get your tea.
I gotta get my tea, guys. All right. Let's conserve. Then you're live there, dear.
I got my head down in my phone here trying to pen. So Wagwan people, today is a day of reckoning. It's a day for talk the things, because you know how it is. We just get on the live and just chop it up, talk up the things. It is what it is, however it is, because that's how it is. All right.
It is what it is.
It is what it is, because that's what it is. You know how it is, right? Yeah. So Priscilla Wagwan, first on the live. I love that. People are going to be trickling in, but as always, we just talk about whatever. Happenings of the day. Things have been going on. I'll tell you what's been going on with me today is my granddaughters. My granddaughters are a handful. Listen, I'm getting. So what? It don't matter. It's
all right.
Conversation piece. How many people we got in the room here? We got 4, and they're just trickling in. What's this?
I'm trying to reorientate myself here, but I'm making myself some tea. You already got your tea. You couldn't make me some tea.
I could have. It probably just won't be as hot as the way you like it. So.
No. All right. We're just giving people a chance to come in to the live.
I very often say that they should be here waiting. Well, that's not the case, right? But as I try fix up all the things. And them say share up the live.
Cheer up.
Hit that thumbs up button. YouTube love that thumbs up button. Gets the algorithm going, as well as that heart down on the bottom right hand side. You just keep clicking away at that heart. We love that. And tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, because when we're upon the live, you never know what will go on. We chop it up any which way, any way it turns, any way it sails. That's the way we go. We just go with the wind. We go with the wind. And interestingly enough, I was watching a live this morning, and it was a new guy. I don't know who he is, but one of the things, or the topic that he was talking about, was actually interviewing his mother. And he was interviewing her, asking her a question as it relates to, when she decided to migrate from her homeland to a better life, quote unquote, a better life in North America, how difficult that was for her to do. And it was a very interesting conversation, because mom was just being, she was just pouring out her heart, telling how difficult it was for her to actually leave her 2 young children back in their homeland. In this case, it was Jamaica, having to leave the kids, leave them behind, and migrate to seek a better life in the land of milk and honey, or one time milk and honey.
Well,
No one else. So a lime, so a orange.
eh-eh.
It was what?
Eh-eh.
So a mash don't can, but it is what it is.
Eh-eh.
You gotta call it for what it is, you know. And yeah, mom was just pouring her heart out and said it was difficult. Now
Not everybody wants to leave.
no, that's for sure. Not everyone wants to leave, but what I'm saying is she was just telling her son what it was like back then, the feelings that she had the day of, that she just couldn't believe she was about to leave her two young children, you know. And as she said, man, she said, "Oh, but now I really are carrying weight." You know what that means? He wasn't doing diddly, and she was the one that was carrying the weight of the family, and he was just, you know, maybe he was a rumbar.
Well, we had quite the day today. It was a little exhausting, wasn't it?
It was
but
indeed. It was.
It was the day
as
that
our
the
most
Lord
days
has made, right?
As our most days, but we'll take it.
Yes,
we'll take it.
We had the two monsters here today.
Tin 1 and Tin 2.
Yes, and it was exhausting.
But one thing I can say about the younger one, though, she has her little routine set for her bedtime, and when we say, I'll reverse a bit. When I get her bottle ready, the minute I got her bottle ready, she started.
It was nap time.
She started to scream because. Hey, we're talking here, young lady.
She sees me waving, so she likes it. Leave her alone. Hi, Village Food Season. Wagwan. He said, yard man.
Wicked. So she got her bottle. The minute I told her I was going to make a bottle, she started. She started to cry. She started to fuss. She didn't want to go.
Because she knows it's time.
She knows it's time for nap. But the minute I take her upstairs and put her in the bed and give her that bottle, she was out like a light.
Yeah.
She was just quiet. Once she was in bed, she knew that there's no turning back.
And the funny thing is, when they're not here, we're always saying, oh, I wish they were here. And then when they're here, we're like, oh, my God.
When are your parents going to come and get you?
Oh, my God. You know? But it is what it is. Different season, right?
For real. So what's going on out there, people? What's happening? How was your day?
Hearts. Thank you.
How was your day? What's happening in your life? I mean, here in Toronto, a little chilly today.
But
we
actually went out for a little walk today.
Yes, we sure did.
The first of the season. And I feel like I'm a little bit, maybe this arm.
It's a little sore. My back is a little sore.
Honestly, I had to take some Advil.
It was nice getting out, though. It was nice breathing that fresh, crisp air.
Walking is good, but the knees, the hips, the joints, when you haven't done it for the whole winter season, you need to slowly work up to it. We can't do the distance that we had finished at the end of the season doing. There's no way.
End of the season last year, we were doing a few hours.
Yeah, at least 3 hours out there walking.
Easily walking
going up to 15, up to 20. I think 22 was our longest kilometers.
One of the days I actually did, in terms of steps, I did roughly about 50,000 steps.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That was absolutely insane. But
I'm just happy to make my 10,000.
I had to split it up.
No,
I split it up. I do have my my Fitbit
counter. Yeah,
I got my Fitbit set at 10,000 steps per day minimum. That's the bare minimum, and I make the bare minimum practically every day. So when I'm to do 50,000, that's crazy. That's really pushing it. But I had to do it in two different phases. I had to do a session in the morning, came home, had lunch, took a nap, and went back out for a second walk.
Yeah. Well, I just like
it was almost like a drug. I just had to have more.
No, it was the competition. He just had to get. I wanted to push to that 50. That's crazy. Yeah. I am just happy to get. If I get 10,000, that's a bonus. If I make close to it, that's fine too. But I find that it's best to do that walk in the morning.
First thing in the morning. Get it out of the way.
Just do it, get it out of the way, and then you have the whole rest of the day. You don't have to keep thinking, oh my gosh, I have to go do the walk. So that's my favorite time.
And funny enough that during the COVID time, when it came to the walk, we actually walked to the gym, which took us about an hour to walk to the gym. We would then work out for an hour because they had hour slots set. So if we had to be at the gym at 7 o'clock, we have to leave home by 6.
Yeah.
It takes us an hour to walk to the gym.
Yeah.
We'd work out until 7. And
work out for an hour.
Yeah, and then from 7 till whenever, we'll just walk for a good 2-3 hours after that.
Yeah. Away
from home and then head back home.
Right.
And we were at that time, I think we were in one of the best shape of our lives.
And it didn't feel like it was a lot of exercise happening there, because the walk is a casual walk, right? Yeah. And it was a nice cool down. So
it wasn't strenuous at all.
Yeah. Hopefully we can get back into that slowly, maybe not all at once, but every little, what do you say?
Mickle. I remember this one here.
What now?
She would walk probably from here to the train track, I'm going to say about a half a mile. She would walk about a half a mile and then nothing but complaining after that. How the acid in her foot and it's burning and it's this and
when you don't exercise for a long time and then you start doing movement, the lactic acid builds up in your muscles there, and it gives you that kind of itchy, burning sensation. Yeah, it's a real thing.
It was very annoying because I wanted to just walk.
I couldn't walk.
And all I could hear is this complain and complain.
I couldn't walk.
So we'd get to the end of the street, just by the lake, and we'd have to turn around. And to me, that was
I'm drinking this tea.
I just wasted my time.
No,
because that wasn't a walk for me. I want to walk for another couple hours.
When you start, you have to start slow, guys. Because if you don't start slow, you're gonna hurt yourself. First of all, you're not gonna want to continue. You're gonna feel that itchy, owie, burny sensation, and it tingles all over your body. Mine mostly concentrated in my legs, but as I did a little bit more did a little bit more, that went away and it was fine. But at the beginning, you have to take it a little bit slower.
But you got to think about muscle memory, though.
True.
There's a lot of muscle memory. Where's the camera here? Straight ahead, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
You're looking at that?
I'm looking at because you're always, I'm looking.
This is just so that I don't have to look so far.
Anyway, so it's all about muscle memory. And whatever muscle memory we had from last spring or last fall, it's still there.
Yeah.
So right now, the walk we had, and we have a little incline going up a little hill there. And it was, like I said, this one here, tons of stories about her, because I remember the first time she attempted to go up that hill, I had to be behind her like a snowplow pushing her to get over the hill. Now she just walk over that hill like it's
because
not even there.
The hill he's talking about is a very steep incline. Mm-hmm. And when you're not used to walking and you're doing that steep incline, it's taxing on your knees. So yeah, I needed some encouragement to get up over the hill. But nowadays, I can practically jog up that hill. But anyways, we have a few people in the chat. Who's here?
I noticed some people hiding in the weeds.
Let us know where you're coming from. Tell us how your day went.
Yeah.
What did you do? Did you work? Did you have rugrats in the home? Did you have to come home and cook? Is it cold? Is it hot? What's going on?
You notice I cooked up a storm today, right?
He cooked kidney.
I cooked up a storm. She doesn't like that type of stuff.
He cooked up. Oh, Jamaica's here.
But I also made some.
You made some
cabbage and
you made cabbage with
saltfish. Yeah,
I didn't mind that.
I made some dumplings and some green bananas.
Yeah, I didn't mind that.
Some real yard food.
Yeah.
All right.
So he really made it for himself, because
I didn't just make it for myself.
Who's eating the kidney? Who's eating the? Any of you out there eat kidney?
Did your dad try some?
Yes, my dad ate your kidney.
So ask the question again. Who's eating it?
You and my dad are going to eat the kidney. Nobody else in here is eating no kidney.
What about yesterday? I did make something that you enjoyed yesterday.
Oh yeah, he was doing.
Interestingly enough,
doing a testing.
I was running a test pot yesterday.
Yeah.
And what I prepared was
it was good.
I made a meatball Wellington. So if you can picture,
very highfalutin.
Well, highfalutin, but it's actually scaled down to an affordable level, because if you were to make a beef Wellington, you have to go out and buy a piece of filet mignon, and that's going to run you probably $35-40 a pound.
So you made it with ground beef.
So I made it with ground beef.
Right.
But the interesting part about it is, in making the meatball Wellington, you can't just make it and then wrap it with a puff pastry. It has to be cooled down completely, because puff pastry, as you know, there's a lot of butter that's in there, and if you put the hot meatball on the pastry, it's just going to dissolve
and cool down.
It's just gonna destroy the puff pastry. So you've got to allow it to cool. So what I did was I made it from the day before, allow it to cool down, and then I did the wrapping yesterday. And
it was a long process.
It was a lengthy
but
process.
But it did taste good. I like
the
pasta. The pasta had some nice
days.
pesto in it.
Yeah, the pasta in itself, though, it was, in my opinion, one of the most simplest pasta dish you can make. They call it aglio and olio. And all that means is garlic and olive oil. That's good. It. Those are the two primary ingredients. It's just olive oil and fresh garlic.
It was very good. Okay. And we will work on comprising a video to get it out to you guys.
The additives to that is I added a little bit of chili flakes to it, as well as some chopped parsley, and then some freshly grated Parmesan cheese. And it was absolutely delicious. But it was very simple. It was a very simple pasta dish. Just to think that you can actually go to a restaurant and pay upwards of $30 for that same dish, just the pasta. But it was so simple to make at home. Young lady, can you hold it down?
Oh, she's having fun.
Why are you making so much noise? Oh my goodness!
Anybody out there eat kidney? Kidney. Let me know if you eat kidney. I want to know how many. I want to know if I'm the only one that doesn't eat kidney. It kind of has a yucky smell when it's first getting prepared, but at the end product that he made does look appetizing. But I can't bring myself to eat kidney.
It does taste somewhat a little bit rubbery, but it's got good flavor. Again, having raised partially in. Lady, no, you're getting serious. You're making too much noise. Okay?
She's over there.
You can have fun all you want, but
jumping on the couch.
Can you stop making all that noise?
Jamaica, you finally come out of your garden. I saw you in there in your garden. When was it? Yesterday, in those shorts. Those shorts were shorting, girl. You look good in your little shorts there, my dear.
The shorts were short?
The shorts were shorting.
You were shorting. Right, they're really short then?
No, they weren't really short. They were biker shorts. But I'm trying to say they fit her nicely.
Very nice.
She's fit with all that digging. She says it's hot in Texas. Oh yes, that's right. You're in Texas. Why am I thinking that
good
you're in
old
Atlanta?
Texas? Well, it's a darn shame what happened to the Cougars of Houston.
What's that?
Monday night.
I hear like
I think she's trying on a tablet.
What happened to the Cougars?
Well, it was a. You know what? We're talking about it. The NCAA finals was on Monday.
Oh.
So we had
Sorry.
So the NCAA was on Monday night. So they had
what's that? Basketball.
Okay. So they had the Florida Gators versus the Houston Cougars.
Yeah.
And it was really a back and forth type of game.
Zuri, you're making too much noise.
You're getting silly now, honey. Can you go downstairs with your dad? Hey, take her downstairs. That's annoying.
I'll be right back.
That's really annoying.
Come on,
Zuri. That's not funny. Anyway, Houston Cougars, the game was going back and forth. It was an awesome game. But at one point, Florida had literally had Houston by the throat. And then the momentum suddenly shifted. And now Houston had the upper hand. And I think they were up as much as 10 points at one point. And slowly, I think Florida just started chipping away. And then guys, it just didn't go by way of Houston. And Florida ended up winning the national championship. But you know what? Kudos to both teams. You guys fought a good fight. And I'm going to be honest with you. Anyone could have won that game. The only problem here is, as you know, we have to have a winner and we must have a loser. But I think on a positive, both teams were winners in my eyes. So congratulations to Florida Gators as well as to Houston Cougars. You guys did well. And Houston, people of Houston should be very proud of yourself. All of Texas should be very proud of that.
Okay, we made a deal. She's going to be quiet. Let's see how long that lasts. And what other team played when we watched Andre Stevens on PDTV last night. That's one of my favorite YouTube channels. It's a channel based out of Jamaica.
Oh, they were talking about the school quiz.
They had the school math quiz or something. You know those competitions between certain schools, and I guess his school won.
That kind of competition usually Titchfield versus Kingston College,
something like that.
Oh, versus Jamaica College.
Yeah.
So these guys in Jamaica, they take this thing very seriously.
Very seriously.
Now, when you're talking about, in North America, when people are repping their high school, they rep their high school. But when you rep your high school in Jamaica,
school challenge quiz,
it is a big deal, man.
Yes, and I'm telling you,
big deal.
That guy, when he does his live every evening, and he had maybe about 9,000 people in the live. And it's usually the show is usually about Jamaican politics and Jamaican current events, but the whole live was divided along school lines, and it was Titchfields against Jamaica College. I don't even know what these schools are. I never went to school in Jamaica, but I was like right in there. Let's go, Titchy!
When it comes to the school quiz, it's quite equivalent to when they have what's that competition they have? Champs.
Oh, I love champs. Love
competition. Champs in Jamaica is like
love champs.
If you want to know who the next superstar is going to be coming out of Jamaica,
big up Portland, Titchfield High School. Yes,
track and field stars. You got to watch Champs every year, man. You see the next greats. That's where the likes of the Usain Bolts and the Asafa Powell. This is the birthplace of these guys.
That's where those twins that are knocking it out of the park.
The Clayton twins.
That's where I first saw them.
Oh yeah, they're
You see this luxurious tips is saying big up Portland. I guess that's where Titchfield.
Yeah.
Because I was watching where, correct me if I'm wrong here, luxurious, but they were saying that Portland's numbers as far as island wide was going, they had some of the lowest scores as in the academia. As far as schooling goes across the island. So I know that Isat Buchanan, who's running to be the MP in Portland, was having a drive trying to get as many laptops out to the students in school to try and bring that number up and all that. So the fact that they won, I think, is a big deal because they were clearly the underdogs, right?
Well, yeah. And I mean, I think Titchfield got to where they got because there was some controversy with St. Jago High, which is another high school. And
aren't those the big dog high schools?
Well, you can't have a competition without controversy, right? And what it is a lot of these prominent school, like the JCs of the world. We have a very good friend that's an alumni of JC.
Yeah, we always go to
and he has their fundraising event that we support.
Yeah.
So these guys have an awesome alumni association that supports these high schools as far as funding goes.
Yes.
So you get a lot of guys in the upper echelon that's got they're CEOs and various high-profile positions in companies, and they sponsor their alma maters.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, Luxurious Tip says, yes, you are correct. However, Titchfield is always a top contender in that competition over the years. Okay. I know Andre Stevens.
Why?
Miss said the piece of excitement. What did she? Because they thought they won. Then there was a little bit of a pause where they had to recalibrate the numbers, and there was a little tense moment there. And
then of course, in the midst of that, they had to mention there was a politician there, and maybe he's the one that's salting up the score. Like you were just saying,
it was a fun time.
It was a little bit of everything.
It was a fun time. You see, I tend to be a bandwagon jumper. Because I'm just there voting for the winning team or the underdog team, whatever the case may be. But I just pick a side, vote in the heat of the moment, and when your team wins, even though.
But I must say though, for a small, tiny little island of roughly about 3.5 million people, Jamaica little about them talawa.
What?
Because the amount of talent that comes out of that little island,
and it's not just music and track and field.
Just blows my mind.
It's not. You would be surprised at how many foreign politicians and actors have roots in Jamaica.
There was once upon a time when there was an Olympic game that was on.
Okay.
And they were running the 100-meter finals, and it appears to me that 7 or 6 out of the 8 finalists were of Jamaican heritage.
That's right.
So it appears Jamaica is exporting these 100-meter runners
exactly.
to the country. They have so many of them.
All right.
That if you're there and you're not in the top 5, you're never gonna make the team, and you're good. So there are countries there that are willing to give these athletes citizenships just for them to come and represent their country. Okay. Because Jamaica has a...
That's right, because it would be Jamaica competing against
because of the yam, them have the yam.
The renta
yam and the yellow yam. And, yes.
Now, Luxurious Tip says high schools are rated over the country based on their academics. Okay, and sport level from the elementary level. Okay. So I'm wondering, is that how they get their funding as well?
I think I guess in a lot of cases,
it depends on how you put out, what type of
very
numbers you put out.
Very unlike North American high school, where if you're in a certain region, you attend a certain high school because that's the district that you attend. That's where your taxes are being paid, and that's the high school that you're affiliated with. A little different in Jamaica. They have a bit of a twist where they have what's called a common entrance examination. So the examination is now it's out once a year, and it depends on what you score and where you finish within those grades or within the number of students taking the common entrance will determine the high school that you go to. In my opinion, a little unfair of a system, simply because there is always going to be this handful of high schools that's going to get the best athletes, the best students academically, because if you're not a top tier, you're not going to be accepted into that top tier high school. You'll then be thrown down to the secondary or the third level or fourth level, whatever the case may be. So you always, from year to year, you have this particular high school. I'm going to speak on behalf of say the Montego Bay area, because I for the first 9 years of my life I lived in that area. So if you're a top tier male, you're going to end up going to Cornwall College in Montego Bay, okay? Or you're going to go to Mount Alvernia if you're a female. And so places like Lucy have like Racees and Kingston College and various areas. It all depends on what area you're in, right? St. Jago, Stets, all these various high schools. But if you're not a top tier student, then there's a lower level high school that they will funnel you in.
Well, I clearly would have been in the top tier because I was the student. Now we have Bluebird here saying hi all. Wagwan Bluebird.
And I will throw it out there to say I was supposed to go to Cornwall College, which was a top tier school. Okay. However, I never really made it through the doors of Cornwall College because I migrated that same year I was supposed to enter the school. So the local chapter in Toronto has made me an honorary member of
them
Cornwall
give you the
College.
Pin.
Yeah, them give me the look of recognition, even though I didn't go through the doors, but I would have.
Now, Luxurious Tip says at the elementary level, academic is rated by their end of year exam called PEP. Okay.
Them call it PEP.
Not the common entrance. Nino, that's a thing of the past. That means you're too old school.
Yeah, rotary phone.
Rotary phone. There is no more secondary school. It's all high schools. Okay, so it's called PEP.
And back in my idea, it's different. Common entrance.
I don't know nothing about all this. Now, Gary McIntosh is here and says it's Nino.
Welcome, Gary.
Mr. Nino.
Welcome.
You have not returned his call. And he says it's lovely to be here.
I have returned.
Listen, Gary, if there's one thing you should know about this one, if you're on a desert island and they say you have one phone call, don't waste your time and call this number because you will not get a response. All my kids growing up know if you're in trouble and you need a 911 and you need to reach a parent, don't call this one, because I always have my phone, even in my deep sleep. If my phone starts to vibrate, I will wake up. So if you call this one, good luck if you get an answer, and then good luck if you get a response in a timely fashion. So you've been warned. Sorry, I had to call you out. Sorry, had to call you out.
Wow, she just said it all.
I had to call you out.
Said it all.
You see that glare of that chandelier there, but
What can you do about that?
Jamaica is laughing. Jamaica, true.
Wagwan,
Me
Jamaica.
said this man, you would have called him till you're sick and him not answer the phone. He'll be at work and you know what he'll say? Oh, I was on the floor. I was doing this. I was doing that. Okay, so why isn't your phone on you? Oh, I left the phone in the office on the desk. Who does that? My phone is always on my person. Ever since we got rid of rotary phones and started with cell phones, so that you know that it's not like the phone rings and you hear it throughout the house. You have your phone in your hand. My phone's always in my pocket or at my bedside. If I wake up in the morning and leave the room and come downstairs, the phone's coming with me. You have to be accessible.
You know, funny enough,
you need to be accessible.
I am accessible, but when I'm in the office and I have to just shoot out of the office, either run to a meeting or run to check on something,
my phone's
I just go.
me.
And there are a lot of times when I'm in a certain part of the building and I want to make a phone call to call another office, and I wish I had my phone on me, but I don't. Because I left it in the office. Now I got to go back to the office.
You carry the phone in your pocket. When I'm at work, and I've told you guys before, I work in a busy inner city emerge. I could be saving a life literally with the chest compressions. You know where my phone is? In my pocket. It could be vibrating. It's not on ring. It's vibrating. I can sense the vibration. I'm not tuned into my phone. I'm tuned into saving the life. But at least it's on my person. It never leaves me.
Well, I can't say the same. I just think on my job, there's just a lot of moving parts, and it's a precautionary thing.
Well, Gary McIntosh is scolding you. He said, "Bad father for not answering those calls based on what I just said." Luxurious Tip says, Nino, you got called out. You have to call him out.
I did get called out.
You have to call him out. Thank you, Gary.
That's fine.
All of his friends, all of his family will agree with me. So it's not like I'm calling him out.
But I will return the call.
Maybe 3 days later.
No,
so if you're if there are any family members here, please rise to the occasion and let me know.
I will. Yes, I will miss the call. I agree with you. But the minute I return to the office and I look at my phone and I notice that I've missed the call,
Zuri, you're gonna fall, baby.
I will always return the call.
All right,
Kiki. Always return the call.
Kiki, Rising Queen, is here.
I need some kind of support, guys. Work with me.
Kiki, come on.
Kiki, what's going on? Let them know.
Am I telling a lie, Kiki?
Hey, Kiki, don't be throwing me under the bus, too, okay?
Luxurious Tip says, anything Lo says, we believe.
Oh, my goodness. See, you got everybody supporting you. As usual, the man gets the short end of the stick.
Now,
right?
Gary says, well, I'm calling him again because we need to talk. Gary, you call him here.
Gary,
notice when you call me, I respond. I answer.
When you're gonna
if I can't respond in the moment, I'll text you and say I can't talk, but we talk the truth. All right. Bluebird says, yeah, true. Keep your phone close on vibrate, guy.
Try.
Keep it on vibrate, guy. And look who we have in the chat. Look at the bottom there. Can your eyes see what
Oh my goodness, my little sister is here. Welcome, Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie, big up yourself because my baby sister's in the chat, guys. Say hi to Anne-Marie. I want everybody to hail her up. Say wagwan. I tell you. But I want to just go back to this whole cell phone thing and just let you guys know that I do return my calls. It may take me a little bit of time. I usually put aside some time when I get back to the office to return any missed calls that may have come in while I'm away. I don't think Lo is telling the truth. This whole 3-day thing, I don't take 3 days.
Listen to what Kiki says.
Kiki,
now, Anne-Marie says, I will give my brother some grace. Anne-Marie?
Shot. There's a support. That's the support I'm looking for.
Anne-Marie, I'm so glad to have you here. But I know, don't give him no grace. He don't call nobody back.
Yes, I do.
You hear what Kiki says? Kiki says
Kiki, don't
he will 100%
call back.
100%
call back.
Miss the call.
Jesus Christ.
But he does call back within
24 hours. I always do.
But you missed the
within
call.
24 hours. No, I'm not disagreeing with that. I do miss the
Kiki is
call.
saying hi, Anne-Marie.
But I do call back. I always return the call. I never.
Now Bluebird says, "Oh, little sister is here. I want to see if she looks like Nino."
So Gary, here's the deal. I did get a call from from a gentleman, Andrew, today, and we had a brief conversation. But yes, you and I got to talk. We got to.
Now, Gary says it seems like he's opened a can of worms, but Nino, take notes.
Never mind a can of worms. Sounds to me like a can of whoop ass to me.
Everybody has welcomed in Anne-Marie, and she's in Jamaica, guys.
Yeah,
Anne-Marie is in Jamaica. She's watching from Jamaica. So,
everybody show up a sign. Let me know where y'all from.
Yeah.
Kiki, let me know where you guys are chiming in from. You know, funny enough, we have we do have listeners and fans as far down as South Africa. We have a few people.
Yeah, we have some in South Africa. We have some in Japan,
Ghana,
Jamaica,
Japan,
all across Canada.
All over the globe. We reach people long and far.
We're international.
International. That's what it is. And the funny thing about it being international is one of the things that we very often discuss is, you know, once we get into this phase of retirement, we're looking to travel and just vlog. And, you know, given that I'm just a foodie and I love food, I want to go through and critique various restaurants and various travel destinations.
He's too bold when it comes.
Love that.
He's a food snob.
I'm gonna love it,
and he'll try anything once. I'm very squeamish. If it doesn't look appetizing, I can't. Like when we were in, was it Belize? Mm-hmm. He tried the iguana. Mm-hmm. Oh, I couldn't do it. It looked good. The way it was prepared, it looked good.
The funny thing about trying iguana is I am terrified of iguanas. Terrified.
Yeah, but yet you were eating
all along I was eating this iguana. I kept on looking around thinking somebody's gonna see me eating their cousin and they're gonna rush me. I was nervous the whole time.
Oh my God.
It sounds weird, but I was nervous the whole time thinking there's an iguana like watching me. Somebody's watching.
I couldn't eat it. It looked good, guys. You know? It really, the way they prepared it, it did look good. But knowing that it was an iguana, I couldn't eat it.
It was delicious though. It was quite tasty.
Brought back memories when I was a child. My brother and I used to go visit my aunt in Sarnia, Ontario, and the food used to smell so good, but it was cow tongue. And when I realized it was cow tongue, no, I had to give my brother one of these. Don't eat it. And he'd be like, what?
So no, I actually, early on today, I was listening to the news, and so Jamaica most affluent and most luxurious tourist group and resort, the Sandals Resort. I'm sure most people here have heard of Sandals Resort. So they've just been given the green light to build a hotel on the island of Tobago.
Oh, okay.
So this is something that they attempted to do back in, I believe it was 2009, thereabouts. Okay. Where they were in talks with the Trinidadian government to establish a hotel in Tobago, and that was quashed. So it's back on the table again, and they were given the green light. So I think this is going to be the 11th or 12th, if not.
We've never been to Tobago.
Island where Sandals is going to be opening up a property and managing it. So
Butch have gone good.
Butch, Butch's son.
Oh yes, because Butch died.
Yeah, Butch passed away.
Now Kiki Rising Queen is throwing up the Canadian flag. Yeah, you're right. His son, I think his name is Adam.
Adam, that's right. Adam. What's his last name?
But there's some controversy with that. I read an article that said that man Butch Stewart has two families. He has his family that were born and raised in Jamaica. And then I guess he divorced, and then he went to the States, I believe, and had another set of family, a different wife with younger kids. And there's now some controversy over his estate because there's two sets of Stewarts.
That's a family. I'm sure that's a family infighting.
Yes.
But you don't go and talk to an attorney and get them all the money and make them work.
Yeah. Now, Bluebird said, I thought that Anne-Marie was there in the house, but she's in the chat. Bluebird, she's in the chat. You know, and Bluebird said, cow tongues, yikes. Yeah, cow tongue, but it smelled good and it looked good.
I ain't never had no cow tongue before.
I've heard of it. You would try it.
Hell yeah, why not? I would try it.
I wouldn't, no.
I would try it because I'm a food guy. I love food. You know, and I would try anything once. I mean, I'm quite adventurous.
Would you guys try stuff like snake?
I've never had snake. I've had alligator though.
Alligator or monkey brain.
I've had gator. I had gator down.
I can't just eat anything.
Down in Homecoming at at Morehouse.
But they eat a lot of gator down
south. They do. And what it is when you eat a gator, that's like having. It was in the form of a sandwich, so it was like a gator sandwich. And it tastes to me like, to be honest with you, it's a cross between chicken and fish.
They say that about everything.
It's like
having everything tastes like chicken
or fish. But it was tasty though.
Everyone hail up Novia's Nightshade.
What's popping, Novia's Nightshade?
Boom, 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 boom. Novia's is in the house. Listen, I cannot eat. When we went to Korea many years ago, they have these things. I tell you no lie. It looks like the little grub larva, the little white grub larva that are right now living in your grass. This time of year, they're in your grass. They're like beetle larvae. And it looks like a giant wok. And they kind of stew them in whatever sauce. And this is street food. And people come and they just use a little scoop and scoop it up in a little tube. And they're just like a crunchy dessert. Full of protein.
I have seen when watching food shows, I've seen ones like that in Thailand.
Yeah.
Where they have like the night market but I've never she's been to Korea. I've never been to Korea. So.
And the smell was a weird smell. Mm-hmm. To me, it was a little off. Nothing I've smelled before, but it's street food. Everybody was rolling up, buying this thing. I guess just like how we have street meat. People would say that's pretty gross, those hot dogs, right? And people buy those street meat all the time. So
it's one of those, like I said, I mean, I got into this to say, again, once we retire, we're going to be doing a lot of traveling and vlogging and, mainly food.
And when is that going to be?
When?
Yeah.
No more than 3 years.
If I last that
might even be 2 years. Might even be 1 year. Who knows?
No, I don't think it'll be one.
Maybe 1 year.
We'll see how it goes.
The reason I'm saying this is right now I'm in my final year of my contract. Okay. Buying into a 10-year contract. I'm in my final year of my 10-year contract. So we will be signing a new contract come April of next year. It won't be for more than 3 years. And it all depends on what the increase is going to be. Will determine how soon I retire.
But you know,
if it's good, I'll stick around. If it's not, I'm out of here.
In this last little while, we've seen a few people, some that we know, some acquaintances that have retired recently and then got a major illness or kicked the bucket, as my mother would say. And it's like,
it's just one of the biggest scams.
You work for what, 30 years for one employer. You give most of your good years to that employer. You retire,
your best years.
And then
your best years.
That's all she wrote.
I think retirement is one of the biggest scam out there because like Lo is saying, you give your best years to an employer. And then all of a sudden your thought is, I'm going to travel the world. I'm going to live life. I'm going to enjoy it when I retire.
Yeah.
But how many good years do you actually have after you retire?
That's right.
Depends on when you retire. What's the point in giving all those glorious years? Listen, I've been semi-retired now for the last 20 years.
And these kids of today, they're not doing it. I've been
semi-retired.
These kids today are not doing it. They're not going to give their good years to one employer.
One employer. It's not going to happen.
Gary is saying, I went to Jerkfest one year and they were serving kangaroo.
There you go.
Wow. I really wanted to try it. Would you try that meat, Nino? No, I don't even have to ask you that question, right? And Novia says, I would never eat kangaroo. I would never eat kangaroo either. But Bluebird says, of course, Nino would try it. So would you
Absolutely,
try it?
I would.
Of course.
Absolutely.
You'll try anything.
Let me tell you guys something. Let me let you in on a little secret, okay?
Zuri, Rose, you want to come and say hi?
I think most people on this chat they've either eaten oxtail or they enjoy oxtail, one way or the other, or at least heard of it. Okay. Now that's a lot of consumption of oxtail. So you tell me this.
How many tails are there?
Now this ox only has one tail.
Okay.
So at some point, I suspect they're diverting to kangaroo tails.
Get lost.
Hey, listen, don't be surprised. Simply because there are only so many cows and so many ox to go around.
Say hi. Okay.
So we have to divert to getting other and be creative. So
let's give her a moment
knock the oxtail.
to
don't
talk,
knock the
and then she can go about her business. Are you gonna say what you want to say with your afro? I love when you have your afro. To wash
little squeeba.
Okay, now you're on live. What did you want to say? You're over there singing. What song did you learn? You want to sing it?
You got to do it properly. Native land,
true
patriot love. That's a Canadian national anthem.
Yeah, she kept bugging me. She wants to learn "Oh Canada." So far, she knows "Oh Canada." Okay, bye. You're being silly. Bye. All right. So of course we've all
honey, come on.
We've all come to the consensus that Nino would try anything once, even kangaroo. We've got Justin Dupree in the house. Actually, no, she says this is Sally.
Oh, hi, Sally.
Neither of you are good at answering your phone, she said.
Wow. Sally, I like that. Now
Sally, you're supposed to be on my side.
We're on equal plane here. Sally's admitting.
Sally, you called me out
Sally's admitting it. Yep, there we go.
Sally says neither of you are good at answering phones.
There you go.
My goodness, I always answer.
So here she's telling everyone that if you only have one last call to call someone in emergency, call her. Well,
if you need someone
to talk to, you've just been told.
Call me. No, I answer. I don't know what you're talking about, Sally. I answer.
Sally's absolutely right.
Matthew,
you have not.
I do call.
Completely honest. You know?
Okay, here's our son. Come into the chat. Tell them if you had one opportunity and one call left on your phone, who you calling? Me or your dad? Who you calling?
Probably calling mom, to be honest.
And why is that?
Because she's always beside the phone. She's never gonna not answer the phone.
Right.
You might be sleeping, and Nino's never gonna answer his phone.
Thank you.
I could have dead.
Wow.
Thank you. There you go, guys. I told you.
I can't win. I can't win that battle.
Now we have Matthew Knight.
They make memes about that. Eh?
Okay. We've got Matthew Knight in the chat. Wagwan Matthew, everybody. Welcome in, Matthew.
Hey, Matthew.
Matthew says he really enjoys oxtail.
Well, you know what? Oxtail is great, Matthew, but you hear what I'm saying.
Oxtail is very nice.
Sometimes that oxtail you're eating might be kangaroo tail.
Really?
Yeah, man. You don't know.
Now that you think about it, how many oxtails can there be?
That's the whole point.
Oh.
You know, many years ago when I was a young man, I'm talking,
See, Nobius is saying true. Where are all these tales coming from?
It's facts. we have an area in Toronto called Kensington Market.
Yes.
And I recall going down to Kensington Market with my mother, and in front of any butcher shop. I think
we all did as kids.
In front of any butcher shop that you'll find in Kensington Market, they would have a bucket, like a 20-liter bucket.
And that was where the scraps
in there,
went.
They would throw the scraps. And you know what they had in that bucket? Oxtail. As much oxtail as you want.
For free?
For free. For free. Just to think that nowadays you're paying so much money for oxtail when it used to be free. Right. You know what that tells me? It's called supply and demand.
Yeah, because
there was a demand for it, and now you got to pay a whole lot of oxtail. In some cases, are more expensive than steak.
Yes. Now, Matthew is saying, "Nice afro, little one." Oh, I love to see her when she takes her braids out in her afro.
And she's eating those. She's eating those.
What?
Look at her.
No, mouth. That's her lip gloss that she's.
Oh,
putting.
Is it?
We are Dream Warriors is here. Boom, into the room.
Hey, Zuri, why do you have all that all over your lip? Can you wipe
everybody?
Your lip,
welcome in. Please? We are Dream Warriors. He's
welcome,
saying hello to Justin.
Warriors. Big up.
Nobius Knight he's gonna say his mother, and he said his mother because that is correct. I answer the phone. Nino doesn't.
I don't know about correct. I don't know.
We are Dream Warriors is laughing. He says low winds. Yes, low winds.
Well.
And Matthew Knight is saying hello back to everybody and says, wow, you serious?
Yeah.
Nino, stop the conspiracy about the oxtail and this kangaroo tail.
No, I'm not. It's not a conspiracy. What I'm saying is we have to ask ourselves the question, if the cow only have one tail and oxtail is so much in demand, where are the other ones coming from?
Well, there's a lot of cows that are butchered.
Yes. So there's lots of other parts in the cow. They only have. Listen, when a cow has two halves, okay, it only has one tail.
Okay.
One tail.
Now, Matthew, you're getting Matthew scared. Matthew said, "I can't even tell my wife." Oh God.
No, I love me some oxtail, I love me some oxtail, but I gotta be honest with you. I'm not sure.
Honestly, I've only started eating oxtail later in life because the thought of eating oxtail was right up there with the thought of eating cow tongue, and is equally right up there with the thought of eating kidney and liver. Oh,
yeah, you never ate anything but chicken breast.
I can't eat the organ
chicken
meats.
breast and steak. When I met this woman, she knew absolutely nothing about Jamaican food. Or, a matter of fact, a funny story. The first time she ever went to Jamaica, and for those of you guys from Jamaica or have been to Jamaica, when you take a local taxi in Jamaica, it's not like here where you call a cab, you get into the cab, and it's just you and the cabbie. Okay,
I thought it was.
They pack any and everyone in there. A matter of fact, it's so bad in some cases that I recall being in the Dominican Republic, and they had 4 people in the back, myself plus another one in the front. That's how it was. And plus the driver, and then the driver pulled over, and I thought, why is he pulling over? Nobody asked for a stop.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
The driver got out of the car and put a passenger in, and so the driver was now sharing his seat with a passenger. That was the weirdest thing.
When that first trip to Jamaica, it wasn't the cars like today. It was a Lada. It was a small little Lada.
Because you can depend on a Lada. That was their slogan.
And the man, we got into the taxi, and it was just us. Then we went a little ways, and the man stopped. He picked someone up, and I kind of looked, and I thought, oh, maybe he's doing that because he knows that we're paying for the fare, so he can pick up a local. But then he kept stopping, and I'm like, no, what's going on? Like, why you keep picking up all these people? I didn't know that that's how the taxi ran. And he stops. There was already 2 of us in the back seat of a Lada, okay?
And it's a pretty small car.
Yeah, and he stops and picks up this lady, and she was huge. I don't want to fat shame, but she was huge. The woman came into the Lada, boom, 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 and then had the nerve to look at me and say, if it wasn't for them, 2 of we, them could have hold another one in the back. And I thought, wow, how rude is that? Mind you, I wasn't even fat. And she was saying if it wasn't for me and her, and I felt like saying it wasn't for you,
she's kind of putting you in the same category as her.
No.
She needed company.
So guess what we did after that? Every time we went in the taxi, I thought, I'm not going to sweat up myself. I'm not sweating up myself in the back seat. So I started going into the front seat. So then what happened when I went in the front seat? The driver would still stop to pick someone up, and they would squeeze me in. Now I'm pinned between the driver, the gear stick, and the passenger on the outside. I said, all right, I got something for y'all. So the next time we were in a taxi, I'm in the front seat. Someone wants to come in, usually another man. I said, I'm getting out, and you're getting pinned to the gear stick and the driver.
Which is a big diss. That's
At
a big
the time,
diss.
I didn't know that was a big diss. But apparently that was a big diss because man, no sit on beside man and gear stick or whatever the case may be.
Why for that?
Whatever the case may be. But I didn't know it was a diss. So after that, I said, no, just buy out the whole taxi, private ride. I can't deal with this squeeze up business. I can't deal with it.
But it was an experience.
It was an experience.
And to add to that, for the whole time she was there, I think the first 4 days, it was between her and her brother. I don't think they had a single meal. It wasn't until they noticed that there was something called a Burger King in Montego Bay. That's when she had her first meal.
Yeah,
just couldn't convince her to eat anything. That's how bloody Canadian
try
she was.
Some cold tongue. Come on, no, me not try no cold tongue, young man, Gary. No, sir. I don't want no cold tongue.
Give it a try.
Matthew says she loves oxtail, but can't get her to eat the pork. Yeah, a lot of people can't eat the pork, but I love jerk pork. I like pork.
Come on, who said that?
Matthew said he can't get his wife to eat the pork.
Matthew, you got to tell your wife, man, the pork is the bomb diggity. Actually, you know, here's a bad thing about the pork. My dad, may his soul rest in peace, was a porkist. My dad could have make up.
That means we could have called him Porky.
Yeah, man. No, you cannot call him jerk pork, man. Don't
you can't call him Porky.
No, sir, you can't call him that. Anyway, my dad could cook the wickedest pork. He was
wickedest.
What? That man could cook a pork. My dad, in his later years, converted to
You hear her singing the national anthem?
If she has no idea
she's
what she's
obsessed
saying.
with the national anthem.
He converted to Seventh-day Adventist.
And
Daddy now, pork. Based on the rules of the church or their faith, they cannot eat pork. I continue to eat it. So one day, Daddy, I was stopped to buy some jerk pork, and Daddy kind of gave me this look. He looked down at my food, looked at me, and goes, "Why are you eating pork?" I said, "But Dad, you got me started on this. You abandoned me and left me in it. And now I don't have a choice. I'm loving it so much I can't stop. What do you want me to do?" The dot. So I said, "I can't stop. You don't want to." He started me eating
losing
pork.
My chat here.
He started me eating pork, and then he just kind of abandoned me. He just left me in it.
Now, We Are Dream Warriors says, yeah, Jamaican taxi and minivan drivers are straight hustlers.
Straight up, man.
They will put you in an open back truck if you're willing. And that is 100% true. Kiki is laughing at that. And nobody's to say exactly low. At least you'll be comfy. Yeah. You buy out the whole taxi. Well, now we do rental cars.
The first time we went to Bermuda, and we expected the same kind of thing. When you go to Jamaica, you get to the airport, everybody's trying to hustle you, the taxi, everybody wants to give you a ride. So we flew into the airport in Bermuda. I don't remember
the name of it.
And we flew into the airport in Bermuda, and no one would give us the time of day.
Yeah, hustling.
There's a lot of people standing around, but not a single person ever came up to us and say to us, "Hey, do you want a taxi?" or nothing.
As a matter of fact,
you have to approach them. They will never approach you.
And we were approached, and we kind of got a little leery because this very official person came and took us out of the immigration line, and I started to panic, thinking, "Oh my God, what did we do?" But we were there for a state funeral for my aunt, so they
We had military entourage.
Yeah, they came and plucked us out and fast us through the airport. So we got the VIP treatment. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
It wasn't good that she died, but it was
the experience of attending.
Red's room is here. Red's room. Say, Wagwan family man and
Big
ninja.
Big up yourself, man.
Everyone welcome in Red's room. Man and ninja. I think that means that he's listening, but he's not participating. So he just wants us to know he's here. Is that what it means when you say Mana Ninja? And I believe Reds is here in Toronto. That's a nice surprise,
Big up yourself, Reds. Big up yourself.
Reds will my laugh. Now Gary is saying porkis, Nino. I like this term, dead with laugh. Red says 10th like, guys. Thank you everybody. Love you too. I always forget to tell you guys, please give us a thumbs up. Give us the like once you come into
love the
chat.
Algorithm. Give us a thumbs up.
You have to clear all that YouTube business.
Yeah.
Watch the ads if they come in. That's the way we make our little YouTube change.
And at the bottom right hand side, you've got the heart.
Yes.
Hey,
hit the heart.
Hit the heart.
Yes,
as many times as you can.
That
trigger those hearts.
That you're having fun over here, and they'll bring more people to the party.
That's right. It's always a party going on. We Are Dreamers
says, Dad wants you to live your own life, Nino. So I guess he would be fine with you eating the pork.
Yes,
because you're a pork connoisseur.
I'm a pork. I love my pork, man. I don't care.
That's new. You have to approach them.
Sometimes I get my Rasta friends. I'm eating pork.
Oh, maybe he's talking about the airport.
Yeah, bless the pork.
Morris is saying hi to Red's room, and Red says no, it just means Mana Ninja.
Mana Ninja. Mana slide road.
All right. And I'm a big up the Warriors. Red's room. You have to Google Dream Warriors. If you're a Toronto,
we are Dream Warriors.
Well, no, that's their page. But just Google Dream Warriors. They're Toronto legends, my guy.
As they say, life in this world can be such a day in to day out, the same old thing, kid.
Red's room is giving No BS a drink, and we have Carol Angel. Carol said Medea. Everybody welcome Carol to the
party
room.
Because
Carol.
Yes, everything I go on.
Yes, so nice. But you want to hear a joke? Oh gosh, I just lost my train of thought.
But you gonna tell a joke? Where you get joke from?
I can tell jokes.
Matter of fact,
I just lost my train of thought.
Just before we came on, she said she's gonna do. I'm gonna tell everybody on the chat how you're miserable.
Mr. Man, miserable. He said.
That's what she said.
No. He said he spent his whole day cooking. He didn't want to go live then. Then he just comes to an epiphany. Let's go live. And I'm thinking, let's go live. You just was doing all that cooking. We could have gone live while you're doing your cooking.
Mm-hmm.
I had to do a few things on the computer. He's so grumpy. When are we going live? When are we going live? I said, I saw you think say live come. You think you just live come, so? I'm going to tell everybody how miserable you are coming into the chat.
And I told her.
Go ahead. Tell everybody how miserable I am.
If only I was Bernie Mac, I would have answered you. But since I'm not Bernie Mac.
And what would Bernie Mac say? Okay,
I'm gonna leave it alone.
This is a family live.
I'm gonna leave it alone because this is a family show.
Okay.
But if I was Bernie Mac, I would have answered you appropriately.
Okay.
But since it's a family,
God rest Bernie's soul.
Ma'am.
Now,
yes, ma'am.
We are Dream Warriors are singing with you day in to day out.
The same old thing,
kid. Now, Matthew says he made the right choice. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure as to what.
As to coming on live, I would imagine that's what he's saying, right, Matthew?
Let me tell you.
You know, we just come on, just the impromptu, just turn on the camera. Very much like our Sunday session, that we have a Sunday session.
Yes,
at 4:30.
Informa window.
4:30 Sunday afternoon. We call it the Informa window.
And that's Sundays at 4:30. We're trying to hold steadfast to that time.
And you know the Informa window. You just tune into the Informa window, 4:30 on Sunday. And what we talk about is any and everything. We just go off, and we have we actually just set up right at our window, and we have certain characters that are outside.
Yes, so if you want to find out who the characters are, you got to tune in. Sundays at 4:30, right here.
You got to tune in.
Don't be square. Now, Gary says,
just be great.
Or Gary, you keep putting up the message, boy, and then you retract the message. Wagwan, Gary.
You don't like the way it's sound.
Gary is a linguist, and an author.
Like the way it's sound.
Gary is not only a linguist who loves words such as myself, he is also an author, people. And Gary's gonna kill me because it's taking me forever to read his book, which is
you still not read the book yet.
Listen.
No,
which is just 2 short stories. But Gary, me a come, my friend. Me a come.
Let me see something.
What does she have?
I don't know.
These are her.
I want to see
her Lego pieces. Go that way. Matthew says yes, he made the right choice coming on live. You okay?
Yeah.
All right. Gary, I am still reading the book. Just give me a little grace, my friend. But Gary is an author. He has a novel under his belt, and I am reading his collection of short stories. What are you doing?
You can't do that. The lip balm on her lips.
Just leave her. She's fine.
Why do you do that?
Leave her. She wants it like that. If she wants to plaster the thing all over her lip gloss, leave her alone, Grandpa. Leave her alone.
Oh my goodness. She has a lip balm.
That's okay. It's not troubling. She's fine with it.
She's got the lip balm all over her lip. She looks like Shanae from In Living Color. You guys know Shanae from Living Color? That's what my granddaughter looks like. She got the lip gloss plastered all over, and she won't let me wipe it off. She's saying no. And she does look like Shanae. All she needs to do is just cross our item. She really look like Shanae.
Oh my gosh. It's funny, but they're kids. That's how they're playing. Let them play.
Oh my goodness.
But yes, you've got to. Okay, Gary, did you say, my friend, aren't we fam? Do you want me to get into the family tree? Yes, we're fam. Right, yes, Gary, we're
bring
fam.
It on. Straight
but
fam.
My friend is just a colloquialism,
Colloquialism.
There we go.
You guys go now.
See, Gary, you're here. I can use my words because, whenever I use my words with this one, I'm ready for say me. I use big words.
Mm-hmm.
So now that I know Gary's in the chat, I can use my little words.
Listen,
I can imagine all the lipstick Nobia says. The thing is like this. The thing is like this around her lip.
Nobius,
but let me get the book.
Nobius, if you've ever seen In Living Color, and I know I'm aging myself, some of you guys have seen it, some of you haven't. Remember the character on In Living Color? Her name was Shanae. She just used to have the makeup and just weird look. That's how my granddaughter looks. So you can just imagine. She literally take the lip gloss and just paste it all over her face. Like it's odd. And here I am trying to wipe it off to make the little lady look presentable, and she won't let me.
She don't want you.
She doesn't want it to be wiped off.
Okay, I'm back. And
you're back with Gary's book that you
book,
haven't yet read.
Precautionary Tales. Yes, Martin. Well, you're mixing it up.
Oh, is it Martin?
Shanae is Martin Lawrence. That's what Matthew Knight is saying.
Shanae is Martin Lawrence. You're
right. And Nobia says yes.
Who's the one on In Living Color?
That was I don't remember.
Well, Shanae is Martin Lawrence. You're right.
There's the book Precautionary Tales by Gary McIntosh. You can get it on Amazon. And there's Gary.
Come back.
There's Gary.
And that's the hardcover?
Yes.
They show the hardcover as well. Oh, that was a hardcover.
That was this is the hardcover.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the paperback. See, I got two of them. I just got to finish reading one of them. Same story. And you can get them on Amazon. That was my shameless plug. You can get those on Amazon. And once I finally finish, Gary, I'm going to have you on here and we can discuss it.
Once you finish it.
Not Precautionary Tales. Oh, why do I? Oh, Precursory Tales. My bad. I kept saying Precautionary
and that's
Tales.
That's the English literature in you, right?
Oh my God! I'm so sorry for wrecking your
title. The title properly. How about that?
Precursory Tales. Miss sorry, my family. Miss sorry. We are Dream Warrior says that's cool. 2 versions. You need to have a contest, Nino and Lo, a giveaway.
Oh, that would be a bad.
Me not give away my book them.
But
Miss sorry, me not give away my book them. And Red's Room says nice.
After you not read them,
you leave me on my book them. These are my book them. If we have a giveaway, I have to get more books because I want.
Well, that's the whole point. You're gonna get more.
Nobia says, what would the contest be?
Hey, you know the last contest we have, Nobia. I'll let you know the last contest we had. You wouldn't guess what we gave away.
It was a lot of food.
It was a lot of food, but guess what? And it was no kangaroo and a real oxtail. Real oxtail. We gave away.
Where are you with this kangaroo? But people think some of them might eat kangaroo.
We gave away 10 pounds of oxtail, rice and peas.
It was a feast.
Plantain.
Yeah.
Right? No, plantain.
That was in our first couple months.
And I think we had some carrots and beans as vegetables. And
yes.
And you know what was that was about? That was about.
How much people do you think that could feed? Maybe 10?
Yeah, I could feed it.
At least a Jamaican feast for at least 10 people.
And you know what that was? For our 500th subscriber.
Yes.
Just imagine for our 500th subscriber, and right now we're up to 4.29.
Yeah.
So
we've come a long way. He says, wow. Everyone's saying, wow. And
I remember the young lady came by to pick up.
Clearly that was for local people.
Yeah, she came by to pick up her winning prize.
Yes.
And we had to help her and
bring it
all
to
the
car.
stuff to the car, load it in the car.
We have small acts from Anguilla in the chat.
Big up yourself, small ox. What is it? What does a small ox do?
Small ox chop
down big trees. All right. Mind your manners.
I'm jealous, Ivan. You're over there in Anguilla with all that
enjoying
nice
the weather,
sand, and beach, water.
I saw a
sunshine.
video. I saw a video the other day of small ox swimming with sharks. Are you crazy?
Yeah, what's up with that? Listen, I'm coming to visit you. I don't want to go deep diving with no bloody sharks. No. And Red's Room is saying, that's amazing, guys. Oh, yeah, that was a lot of food that we cooked. And Kathy Lee's here. Hi, Kathy. Nice to have you here.
You guys.
Everybody, welcome,
we
Kathy.
We are so enjoying this.
I think,
and I can't, ensure that in the next 3 years when we do our tour, we're going to incorporate a Caribbean tour to do float through all the islands.
But I'm not deep diving. I can swim, but I'm not deep diving with sharks. That's scary. Welcome in Kathy, guys. This is her first time here.
Kathy, we welcome you.
Wagwan. I hope everybody gives us a thumbs up as they enter the live.
That's right.
And Ivan Berry says, come on down. Let's do this. Mm-hmm. If them bite you, then bite them back.
No.
He said, if them bite you, bite them back. Lord of mercy.
That's kind of heavy, though.
No, I'm nervous. I'm nervous about swimming with sharks, but I'll swim. But not in them deep shark waters. But you look good, my friend. You look good in the water. I'm
going to tell you how far I would go with this. You know those aquariums where you can't see the shark swimming on the outside and you're in the inside. I'm gonna look up and see the shark. That's as far as I'm gonna go.
He can't swim. If the water's deeper than his ankle,
no,
he's not going in.
Not doing it.
We Are Dream Warrior says, "Oh yes, so many people saw that video of the sharks.
That was wicked.
Huge. It was huge. Yes.
Sharks swimming around and the man
shark fin soup, baby. That's what Red Room is saying. Shark fin soup, baby." Oh my God.
I'm telling you.
And Bluebird is saying hi to Ivan Berry. Listen.
Yes, man. Big up yourself, Ivan Berry.
I don't know how you feel comfortable with all those sharks. At any given time, one of them can take a bite out of you. But they looked pretty calm. There were a lot of them. They were small ones. But still, there was a lot of them. And you were just swimming with them.
Yeah,
and I thought,
they were just swimming. What if you guys bump into each other? Like,
no, I'm not doing that. That reminds me of when we were in Jamaica swimming in that place
with the dolphins,
and the manatees.
Oh yeah,
I was
terrified.
The stingrays.
Yeah, we're swimming amongst the stingrays.
Because isn't that how
that's how the crazy Aussie? That's how the crazy Aussie died, was from a stingray. And I hope you guys know who that is. What's his real name again?
I don't remember his name.
The crazy Aussie guy that used to. What he did was he would go to like Madagascar and he would lay in like
an ant's nest or something.
No, like what do you call those lizards? Those big.
I can't remember their names, but he
would lay amongst those big lizards. He was crazy, man.
Animals, and he used to do some crazy things. He was fearless.
We dubbed him the crazy Aussie.
Yes, but he died, and he got
Steve something. Steve.
Let me Google him. It was the stingray that killed him. No.
Yeah, he got stung by a stingray.
Red's Room says shark fin soup. Hello. People eat shark too, says Nobius. Have you ever had shark fin soup?
I've had shark fin soup, and I've also had, I don't know.
Oh, he's Steve. He says his first name was Steve.
Steve something. I can't remember his last name now. And his daughter, Bindi, took over from him. Because Bindi was doing the same type of deal, swimming among sharks and all that type. Yeah, the crocodile hunter. He was known as the crocodile hunter.
Yes, crocodile.
Steve something though, man. The crazy
yes.
Aussie, I call him, because he was nuts. But my God, that man was entertaining. He was very entertaining, and he had no fear. You can't find it yet? And you call me.
No, I'm sending a message. I'm sending a message.
She called me rotary phone, and she has the phone in her hand. And you can't look up the man name. Come on, man.
I was trying to send a message, but all right, hold on.
And we're all sitting here waiting on you to get the
what was he? The
crazy?
No, it was the crazy Aussie, wasn't it?
No, we called him the crazy Aussie.
No, I think that's what everyone called.
Man. We called him the crazy Aussie. The man wasn't called it. He was Crocodile Hunter. Steve something. Steve. Oh. Can anybody out there remember his name?
I know him as the Crocodile
Steve
Hunter.
Irvin. Steve Irwin, that's it.
Yes, because his daughter's Bindi Irving.
Yeah, Bindi. I remember his daughter Bindi took over from him.
Yes.
But that man was a crazy. Jamaica,
he was the crocodile.
Big up yourself.
Yes, Jamaica, you were quicker than me and my Google fingers here.
I tell you.
Because we don't have those T fingers anymore. It's Google fingers for me. What other fish is good to eat in the islands, Ivan Betty?
What other fish?
That's what Nobius wants to know. What fish?
Okay.
And Kathy saying hi to We Are Dream Warriors.
They got all kind of lovely fish in the Caribbean. Delicious fish.
But you're always complaining because they've
I'm always complaining.
Steve Irwin. Steve Irwin. Ivan Berry's.
But guys, I'm always complaining. I'll tell you why I'm always complaining.
Because he's a food snob.
Whenever I go to Jamaica and I go to a fish spot where the man themselves fish, they were marketed as fresh catch. So why is it that when they open the cooler and I'm looking at the fresh catch of the day, every single fish in that cooler is a 2-pounder and they're all snapper? So when you throw the net and you catch the fish, you throw everything back and you only keep the 2-pounders?
Maybe.
No, man, nothing like that. And when you look at the fish, if you know anything about a fresh fish, you know that you got to look at the eyes, you got to look at the gill.
Listen,
right? The eyes just like not even glossy. The eye look black almost, and the gill not look righteous. And I know it's not fresh. So my guess is that they catch these fish off the coast of Honduras, and they have a company. Honduras? Yeah, why Honduras got? Remember, we went through Central America, and them say the one guy that's the mayor of the town, who won all the plaza, who won all the fishing vessel. No, if that's not a monopoly.
See, I've been saying you got snapper, butterfish, marlin, mai, grouper, lionfish.
Right. Hey, Ivan, I'm gonna tell you, the lionfish is one sweet fish.
But isn't that poisonous if done?
Yes, done incorrectly. If the lionfish pokes you on the water, it literally collapses your body.
Oh my!
Right? You can drown from that. So you got to stay away from them, even though they don't have any natural predators.
Oh my!
Lionfish has no natural predators, and they've invaded the Caribbean.
I only eat snapper or kingfish.
But parrotfish, wicked still in us.
I said it before, and I'll say it again. Listen. Red's Room is saying kingfish. We are Drew Moore saying, wow, that's a lot of fish. Parrotfish.
Red's Room.
Parrotfish is also awesome.
Parrotfish, you can't fry that.
Easter's
that's wicked.
Coming up, right? So we're gonna do a fish fry for Easter.
Yeah, we're gonna do some kind of fish fry. But right now, I'm a little afraid of the price of fish.
Oh God!
And you know the fish that we get here in Toronto, it's called freshly frozen.
That's what you
got. Them not fresh.
That's what you got to work with.
Them not fresh.
That's what you got to work
with. God
knows
knows they caught them 2 or 3 years ago.
Well, we have some videos on our page about frying fish.
And I want to tell you guys,
flavoring the oil.
Mm-hmm. You got to flavor the oil before you fry your fish.
Yes, that's something that I'm a non-cook, but I didn't know about all that.
And I got of the oil. I got for Easter traditionally in Jamaica.
Oh, do we have it up here, or did you cut it?
No, there's another one. Traditionally in Jamaica, we have fish on Good Friday, and we also have bun and cheese. So I took it up on myself last year. I brought back 2 tins of cheese from Jamaica. I don't even know.
When did you say?
I don't even know why them call it cheese.
When did you say you brought it back?
Last year.
Last year.
This
thing lasts for a whole
the shelf life in these things. I think Christopher Columbus.
It's not cheese.
I think Christopher Columbus dropped off this one.
That is not
and
cheese.
It's still hanging around. So I ended up with 2 of these. I bought 2 of these in Jamaica. And reason being, I have experienced that when it's around Easter, it's very expensive because again, supply and demand.
Yeah.
So I buy them on the off season and probably pay half the price for it.
Tasty processed cheddar cheese.
Product
of Jamaica.
Mm-hmm. And this is the kind of cheese doesn't require any refrigeration.
No.
The shelf life is forever.
It does say keep refrigerated after opening, but we've never refrigerated this cheese.
Whatever. So we've got that going, and I bought a Maxfield bun.
Maxfield.
Right. I said Maxfield. Yeah, I bought a Maxfield.
Okay. Let me catch up on this.
But I actually had 2 of these, and we've opened one already.
We've already finished one and one bun. Ivan says parrotfish is also awesome. Nobius is saying, wait, can you eat a starfish? And Jamaica is saying hi to Nobius. Bluebird says, yep, I like kingfish too. Who eats octopus? Nino does.
Octopus, calamari, octopus cousin, octopus sister, octopus brother. The whole family of them I will eat.
Now Gary says, Nino, would you eat pufferfish even though the species like the like the fugu can be eaten, but only when prepared by highly trained professionals, according to Google.
I think Gary,
Nino would eat it.
I think pufferfish is something similar to the lionfish. How you would treat it, how you would prepare it. And I've seen
on the TV them preparing.
Yeah, I've had the first time I had lionfish was going to Manning's, which is a high school in Jamaica, and they had a curry festival. So one of my cousins had set up a booth at this curry festival, and that was the first time I ever tasted lionfish. Was also the very first time. Now, mind you, this is a curry festival, so everything was curry.
Okay.
The first time I ever had curried cake.
Curried cake?
Yes, ma'am. Curried cake. So basically, she had her. She loves to bake, and she's a professional baker. And all she did was she add curry powder to the cake, and it was absolutely delicious.
Wow.
Absolutely delicious.
Now, Ivan says, sweet and soft. Lionfish is not poisonous to eat. Oh.
No, not to eat. To prepare. You have to, the spines and the all the little sharp edges in there. There's some kind of toxin that it releases if it pokes you. and you don't want this to happen while you're under the ocean, because then your whole body will go paralyzed within
he says they're just dangerous if they dig you, swell you up ASAP. Okay, I guess that's worse than a jellyfish,
but it's not poisonous to eat.
So he says, we are Dream Warrior says, yikes, Ivan Barry, you better get swell up if they dig you. You'll get swell up if they dig you. What do you mean dig you? Like poke you, I guess. Yeah. And Red's Room says that he loves the Jamaican tin cheese, if you can call it cheese. And Jamaica,
but it does say cheese, though.
It does say cheese, if you can call it that.
But it makes you wonder, because if it's cheese, it should be refrigerated.
It does. But it does say to refrigerate, though.
But it has a shelf life. I bet you. Let me see this thing. I bet you I can't find an expiration date.
Now, Jamaica says she loves tin cheese. It's an acquired taste.
I love tin cheese, but only at Easter time.
True.
Rest of the year, I don't even go near it.
Where it says that's the best cheese, people. That's the best cheese. And Novia says, yes, I've eaten it before and it's good. Now, this cheese, how much does this cost here in Canadian dollars right now? This size.
This is about $45.
There you go. And some people have it up to $60. Yeah. Okay.
This actually, I never knew it had an expiration date.
Kathy Lee is also saying, yes, that cheese is fire.
22nd of February, 2026.
Okay.
But I bet you if I keep this till 2030.
It's still good.
It's still good.
And this thing is the most difficult thing to get out of this bloody tin.
Difficult for you.
Holy smoke. You need a degree. Or you know what you need? You need your Jamaican handbook. Where they tell you how to get this goddamn tin cheese.
All you got to do
out of the
is
tin.
cut this end, cut this off, okay, and then just finesse it through.
The cheese is very difficult to get out of there, guys. It's crazy.
Well, you never have to take it out of the tin.
because it's
always
difficult.
taken out for you.
Gary says, Nino, may I have a slice of that tasty cheese?
Absolutely. Come feed Gary.
Yeah, good luck. Like I said, we've
opened one already.
Eaten a whole tin.
And what we have actually found out is that the grandkids
love it.
They love it.
Now,
I was surprised.
This Maxfield, the other bun wasn't a Maxfield. HTB and Maxfield.
No, but we switched to Maxfield this year because a colleague of mine at work.
No, those are all Jamaican brands, right?
Imported. So this year, most years I'd go to HTB. This year, for the first time, I've gone with Maxfield, and I'll tell you right now, guys, I'm going to continue with the Maxfield. Done with
the other bun was the other bun Maxfield too?
No, the other one was the one we had before.
Just now, the one that we finished.
I had two of these.
Oh, okay. That was good. It was good. It wasn't too
I find that
sweet.
HTV is a little too sweet. This
is good bun.
Perfect. So now, I'm going to stick with this.
Bluebird is agreeing with you, Kathy, that's some good cheese. We are Dream Warriors is saying curried cake. That's a man,
difference. It's absolutely delicious. It sounds weird. The whole curry cake thing does sound weird.
Yes,
but it's delicious. It's delicious. You don't have.
They had a lot of unusual curry things at that curry.
Yeah.
festival.
Oh yeah. There was just you name it. They had of course curry goat. They had curry pork. They had curry duck.
Wow.
Man, they had. But I only bought stuff from my cousin. So anything she cooked
is what you trust.
Is what I trust.
Well,
I stood there the whole day and just ate everything.
Life with Nadine and family are here. They're
saying that Nadine
just coming off the road. Big up yourself. Say hi to Dean.
And big up Dean and Nadine.
Now we have Charles Samuels.
Yeah. Wicked Charles Samuel back.
Charles Samuel says.
Charles Samuel is
Samuels.
Charles Samuels is an alumni of Cornwall College.
Big up yourself, Cornwall College.
Big up Cornwall College.
He says he loves conch soup or curried conch. So does he.
There you go. I love curried conch.
Wow.
Just too expensive. Hey, one year I brought back from Jamaica, not a word of a lie, 20 pounds of conch.
Yes.
20 pounds
and he
of
ate
fish.
It all. Well,
okay.
What I
did was I laid the conch down and the fish in large poly bags, freeze them, right? Brought them out stacked on top of each other.
Yeah.
And wrapped them with newspaper. And after newspaper, I wrapped it with my clothes.
Right? Do all that.
And it was like by the time I got back to Toronto, They were still frozen.
Yes.
Yeah, that was like a refrigerator.
Now, Drew Morris is saying that conch soup is Ivan Berry's favorite as well.
Conch soup is the top.
Nobius is welcoming you, Charles. He's saying
big up conch soup.
Big up, Charles, in the house.
One thing with conch soup, it put lead in your pencil, if you know what I mean. All right.
Okay.
Big man thing.
All right. We are Drew Morris is saying hello to Nadine and family and said, no worries. Glad you made it in. Nadine is greeting everybody back. Now, Nobius says, but I heard that cheese is not the greatest for your health. Depends on the cheese. Well, I can almost say with the utmost certainty that this Jamaican tasty cheese is not good for your health.
It's not the kind of cheese. It's not the kind of cheese that you want to read the ingredients.
Right. And at least
or the nutritional facts.
If you only have it in moderation for that one time a year.
That's the thing.
Hey, Nadine,
this once a year.
How much does this tin cheese, cost in Jamaica, in Jamaican dollars? What would you pay for this?
Nadine, I'm going to tell you, I worth thousands of dollars.
No, I want to know the calculation to see if they're ripping us off here, because they charge a lot of money for that cheese in Canadian dollars here. Now, Matthew Knight said, I saw it down here now, but I'm skeptical of it. The cheese tastes all right.
It tastes all right, especially if you eat it with the bun.
When you eat it with the bun.
Yeah, when you eat it with the bun, it tastes all right.
Now, Nadine said, going into the shower, jumping into the shower. Boom. All right, Nadine.
So, Nadine, warm to the price of the cheese. What's the price of the cheese, Nadine?
Nadine, not bother with no price.
Nadine, we asked you for the price of the cheese, and you're going to take a shower. I don't understand this.
Leave Nadine.
We had a discussion about the price of the cheese. Nadine, listen to me, man. We have to talk to Dean, We have to talk to Dean, because I'm not liking this, Nadine. You just slough me off and go and show.
Now, most things that taste good, Bluebird said, aren't good for your health. 100% correct, Bluebird. Now, Matthew says it probably has way too much preservatives.
It does. And not to mention the fat content.
Yeah, it's not good for you, but it tastes good, and it's good to have at Easter time. When
bacterial culture, enzymes, water, butter, sodium,
it tastes good.
Phosphates.
Matthew Knight, you mean you saw the cheese down by you? Where are you, Matthew Knight? Where are you watching us from? Nino ate it all.
Talk to me, Matthew. I'll tell you where you can find this cheese.
Now, Matthew says that he likes spice buns. So Blessed is in the house. Yes. Everybody, welcome. So Blessed.
Big up yourself.
So Blessed is saying, what's up to the chat? Wagwan. So Blessed. We're here talking about Jamaican tin cheese. You ever had Jamaican tin cheese? It is a classic. It's a classic for Easter time.
The other day, I went down to, there's a place for you guys that are not in Toronto. There's a bakery on Eglinton Avenue called Sunlight.
Okay.
I went to Sunlight, and I went there for the sole purpose of buying a hard dough bread.
Hard dough.
It's a hard dough bread that is baked fresh.
Yes.
It is so fresh that it's not in a plastic. They have to give it to you in a paper bag because it's gonna
good. It's so soft.
When you're going home,
soft for about 2 days.
When you're going home and you smell that bread in the car, I'm in a habit of always reaching over and breaking off a piece.
It's so good.
Piece of the bread.
I'm losing my chat here.
I also bought what they call rock cake, as well as
and those are good. They're just a nice little cinnamon bun.
But it seems to me that all that stuff was just made like in a hard dough fashion because me say there's something that tough club was so tough.
No, but when they're fresh, they're
when
nice.
It's fresh, they're awesome. Give them a few days, it's like good luck.
Now we are Drew Morris is just getting so blessed, caught up with what we're talking about, cultural food, cheese and fish. Now, Jamaica says that this cheese, where she is, I'm gathering, is US $35, but it's Canadian $45.
But you have to. But wait, I think we're still getting a good deal, because if it's $35 in the US,
then that's about right for us.
It's
Canadian.
about right. But I mean, sometimes with the exchange rate.
And how much did you pay at the time in Jamaica for this cheese?
I paid about $11.
11 Canadian dollars. You see that?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Off season, I paid $11. I just packed 2 of these in my suitcase. Now, mind you, most times I'd bring back rum, but then I've come to the realization that I'm not really a drinker.
Yeah, we usually have so much bottles of rum, we give it away.
Why am I bringing all this rum? I might as well just travel back with something that I need as opposed to rum. So,
Novlet Phoenix is in the house. Wagwan June. Everybody welcome Novlet to the house. That's our good friend from back in the day We all went to the same junior high school together.
High school, aka.
Everybody welcome Navlet into the chat. We also have Paul James. Everybody welcome in Paul James.
Paul. Welcome to the chat.
Paul says that the cheese costs $16 US. Where are you, Paul?
$16.
Where are you? Where it costs $16 US? I would love to know. And Matthew Knight says, I am the seafood boss.
So, Paul, hold on. If it costs $16 US, we can't go in our business, enough, friend.
Listen.
We can buy for $16 and sell it back for twice the price.
Upwards of 70 Canadian dollars at Easter time for this cheese. I'm telling you, people will buy this cheese.
All over it.
Because Easter is not Easter for Jamaicans without tasty cheese and HTB bun.
And lots of fish. It's a Caribbean thing, man.
Yes.
It's a Christian
thing. Or
is
it an island thing? Or is it just Jamaica? I don't know.
No, I don't think it's just Jamaica.
I mean the tasty cheese because it's a Jamaican brand.
But the tasty cheese has to be in the Caribbean because it doesn't require a lot of refrigeration.
Yeah.
So it's easy to get our own. And,
Bluebird is saying, but where the price, Nadine?
Yes, Nadine. Where is the price? Nadine, I'm still waiting.
So Bless is greeting everybody back. Bluebird say, where the price, Nadine? May I ask you for the price of the cheese?
Things can go so.
No, what can go so? Oh my God. Anyways, we have traveling Jibby Chips.
Big up yourself, Jibby.
Chips. Say hello to Jibby Chips, guys.
Big up yourself.
I hope everybody's giving us that thumbs up.
Yeah, man. Don't forget the heart down on the right side, guys.
Yes, I see a few hearts.
Lick the heart. Touch the heart.
Touch up the heart.
There's many things. Touch up. My granddaughter was doing this to me last night. I said, I love you, honey. She goes, and then she turns to me and she goes, Grandpa, it's not like that. It's like this. I'm like, so now I have to learn how to do the heart.
Now, We Are Dream Warriors is hailing up So Bless and asking her what her favorite foods are. And Novlet says that baker has been there over 50 years.
Yes, they've been there for a long. But before I go any further, guys, do me a favor. I need you to call a friend or message a friend or text a friend. Text a friend to text a friend to text a friend to get on this channel right now. All right?
Let's try and bust
big up the things.
Big up the things.
All right?
30 likes in this live. We're at 17, so we're just over halfway. Let's try to get 30.
So you gotta get some
likes.
You gotta get some more thumbs up out there. I think if you hit those hearts, just keep hitting those hearts. I think they eventually convert to thumbs up, don't they?
I don't know.
I think so. I've seen it.
All right. See there. Life with Nadine and family says about $2,000. Everybody.
So hold on, Nadine.
Give Nadine an applause in the chat.
Nadine, come back with the prize.
Nadine, come through, my girl, with the price added cheese. So how much is 2,000 Jamaican dollars?
About $20.
You see? Either way, Nadine, could you imagine?
So when it gets here, we're paying twice as much for it.
I mean, you do have to pay for shipping, right? But Nadine, this cheese, I know they come in a bigger size, don't they?
Yeah, you know what? I'm buying that.
The small, tasty cheese is $45 Canadian dollars for this size. So how much is $45 Canadian in Jamaican dollars?
That's about $4,500.
All right. See there? And she's only paying $2,000. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's double the price. Once it gets here, it's double the price. And I do understand, like Lo said, there is shipping costs that's involved.
Yes.
And no ideas with this tariff thing I go on. You know,
God, we better savor the THC cheese. We're not going to eat it again.
I'm telling you guys, on the need for rationalize and ration this cheese.
Jeez and peace.
Because no ideas, you're gonna have to use it like butter and spread. Because with the price is gonna cost,
you have to ration the cheese.
With the price is gonna cost, you're gonna have to use it like butter and spread it.
No, sir. I can't take that. As Andre would say, what can go so? Now, Jamaica says, I made hard dough bread once, and I have to say, I'd rather pay for it. It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but with a lot of Jamaican breads, pastries, and cakes, as an island people, I've never noticed that we bake those things at home. We always buy them. Like I don't think it's efficient to bake at home. The only person I've ever known in my entire life that baked patties, Jamaican patties at home, was a white girl that I used to work with because she was dating a Jamaican and she had a Jamaican cookbook. Her patties tasted pretty good, but we don't big. I don't think we buy them.
I don't think the amount of work that you have to put in is worth the outcome. I really don't.
I know people make spice bun.
Don't fool yourself. Now we got a bread maker, and that's just as good.
Yeah,
it's not hard bread,
but it's good
fresh bread. It bakes right there.
Yes.
Sometimes we used to be addicted to this. We used to go through 2 or 3 loaves a day.
He is a lover of kitchen gadgets, I love
gadgets.
The bread maker
that was a good gadget.
is a good thing.
It makes
nice loaves of bread.
And you know what's another good gadget that I have?
What?
The electric pressure cooker.
Yes.
I have an electric pressure cooker, guys. So when we want to make like a cold foot, and I put it in there.
Yeah.
And just pop it on, and it just does its magic.
Now,
if you want to cook like peas for rice and peas.
Dreamwar says now he wants some fresh bread. Geesh, you're talking about fresh bread. Now, So Blessed says never had the tin cheese, but heard about it from Jamaican YouTubers. Traditional holiday treat.
Yes.
So Blessed is kind of like a cross between Kraft slices and Cheese Whiz, but it has a special.
It's firm. It's a lot firmer than
And you can't eat Jamaican spice bun
without
this tin cheese at Easter. It's a staple.
You gotta have the tin cheese.
You gotta have the tin cheese. But we're all kind of wondering how the hell does tin cheese last so long?
It's been around since Christopher Columbus days.
Yes. Matthew Knight is saying he's in Barbados.
Big up yourself, my friend in Barbados. They get some cool flying fish, boy.
Oh gosh.
Right.
Pardon him, Matthew, for that terrible accent. Fish. Now, Nobia says, it's hard to make special items like hardo bread. And So Blessed says, I eat whatever I want, but in moderation. There you go. There you go.
And that's the whole key right there is
everything
in moderation. The operative word is moderation.
Yes.
Right? You can do or eat anything you want. Just don't
you can deprive yourself, but really, for how long? Matthew Knight says, in a wholesale place called Western.
Mm-hmm.
That's all he said. In a wholesale place called Western. I don't know what he's trying to say, but Dreamer says, okay, Novlet Phoenix is in the building. Bigging her
Phoenix
up.
Sister, big up.
Derek Bryn says, cheese tariffs? Cheese tariffs. I think, listen, if the orange dude can put tariffs on an island that's totally inhabited by penguins, he can put tariffs on Jamaican tin cheese.
You got that right.
All right.
What do you call him? The orange what?
The orange dude.
Oh, you're nice.
What do you call him?
I call him the orange turd.
Oh, jeez.
and I'm hoping I never have to cross. Hoping I never have to cross over the U.S. border, and they look in my phone and
Nadine says, listen to what Nadine says. Nadine is saying that's cheap for only 11 Canadian dollars. No, Nadine. What you pay for it is 11 Canadian dollars in Jamaica. What we pay for it here is $45 and up Canadian dollars. This thing, I paid $45 for it, and that was cheap because we got it long time. We bought it long time.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, this same size of cheese is probably at 60 Canadian dollars. That's crazy.
And I mean, this works out for just about anything because right now, with all the tariff that they're putting on to different items being brought into a particular country, everything is heightened. All the prices have gone sky high, and we have to be so keen as to what it is that we're ordering across borders. You're better off trying to find things that's within your own border.
Yeah. Now, Paul James is saying that size of cheese for him is $16. Where are you, Paul, to be paying $16 for this cheese?
Can't be anywhere near here.
Nobia says, welcome in, Derek Bryn, tariff on the cheese, and he's laughing.
Tariff on the cheese. Amen.
We are Dream Warriors is saying, Paul James Wagwan, and Paul is saying that the biggest one is $40. See, and the closer you get,
what's she up to, babe?
The closer you get, the more money it's gonna cost.
What are you doing, honey?
Everyone's clapping for you, Nadine. Everyone's giving you a.
Babe, she's climbing up on the kitchen counter.
The little girl, no.
Well, she's climbing up on the kitchen counter. What if she falls?
She climbs up there every day.
My granddaughter went and got a box of whatever, and now she's using it as a step stool and climbing up on the kitchen counter. What are you looking for, honey?
She does it every day.
You went in there to snatch the peanut butter?
Tell them what you got.
What if you got? You went in there and got the peanut butter? Why? What are you going to do with that? Huh? What are you going to do with that, babe?
She's going to.
Really? So you went and took out the whole jar of peanut butter? Wow. Go see Granny.
Okay.
Just be careful, okay? I don't want you to fall.
Oh, that's my toy.
Yeah, those are your toys. So she's a bit of a daredevil, guys. She start getting and the independence of a young girl growing up, and she wants to do everything by herself. So this is her climbing onto the kitchen counter
put it on here for you.
to get whatever it is that she wants. Now, we have to, even in situations where we have candies in the kitchen counter, we can only hide those candies when she's not around, because if she ever gets an idea of where you put it, she will reach as high as possible to get those. You know, so this is her with the peanut butter now. Are you getting her bread with that?
She doesn't want it on bread.
What does she want?
Can you stop?
She just wants it in a spoon?
Zuri,
You gotta go to your bed, hon. Wow, I don't know. This little girl, she's a bit of a handful.
here you
And
go.
we're just waiting for Lo to get back
Here you
into
go.
the
You can take this.
scratch of things.
Let me tell you, I put this.
Yeah, we're gonna leave it here.
I put this so far in the cupboard, and this kid climbs up there. Here you go, and gets the peanut butter. Okay, where am I? Okay, so everybody was giving Nadine hand claps for finally giving us the price. Where are we? Just spread it and stretch it. But you know what will happen if I spread that peanut butter on a piece of bread or some crackers? She'll just lick it off. We Are Dreamers is saying hi to Kathy. And he's saying that Kathy Lee's brother-in-law made patties called Mike Lee. Okay, yeah, see, they made some good patties.
There you go.
And Bluebird said that he would love to learn to, or she would love to learn to make patties. Ivan Berry says, enough respect, guys. Keep up the great job. Channel a kickoff nicely and globally.
Hey, we appreciate the support, Ivan.
Me gonna go eat some steamed snapper and cornmeal.
It's making me feel jealous now.
Steamed snapper and cornmeal.
Yes.
I guess he calls it fungi.
So they use okra.
Okay, he's going to eat it at his buddy's restaurant, and of course, wash it down with a drink or two. Well, thanks for coming,
thanks
Ivan.
For stopping by.
Enjoy your fish.
Enjoy your fungi, I was there your to fish. Eat that Big fish. Up yourself.
Kathy says, yes, they used to make them. My daughter Candice used to make them too.
Wicked.
Okay. That's a good skill to have, especially now in Toronto. There's the patty wars going on. Mm-hmm. Who makes the best?
Who do you think made the best patties in Toronto?
Randy's was pretty good. But
Randy's was pretty good before Randy's closed. I don't know what happened.
Look, she's going on that side.
But no, you're not getting any more, honey.
If Zuri's parents are watching, come collect your child, please. This peanut butter thief.
You're not getting any more.
No more peanut butter.
More peanut butter.
Oh, Paul James says that
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Paul James is in Atlanta, Georgia.
Hey, Paul.
So that's where that's
where it's for $18.
Yeah.
Well, you know what, Paul? I don't disagree with that. It could very well be $18 because when you think about shipping costs, because we're so much further north, it will take a longer distance to get to us, and it's in a different country. It's so I get it. I get it with all the costs.
Nobius is saying that Ivan's got us all hungry now.
I'm telling you.
Yes, little Zuri is having a Jones in for the peanut butter.
Zuri, you're not gonna get any more peanut butter, honey.
Now Kathy's saying that she's so adorable. A&I Family Adventure TV.
A&I Family Adventure,
in the
welcome,
chat, and
welcome.
She's saying hello to everybody and hello to us. Hey, A&I Wagwan. We're talking about
we're just loving this, guys.
Tin cheese.
Tin cheese,
Jamaican
fish.
tin cheese. We Are Doomores is saying she like peanut butter is her best friend the way she likes hugging it. I'm telling you, you have to fight her for that peanut butter.
What's your head, baby girl?
The peanut butter is way up in the cupboard, and she pulls her little chair up, and she goes up onto the counter to retrieve the peanut butter.
No, I'm not gonna make it that high.
And if you leave her, she'll scoop her hand in and dig out the peanut butter, and you'll just see her in a peanut butter coma. That's how she's with the peanut butter.
I'm gonna be reasonable.
Bluebird says she's so cute.
I'm gonna be reasonable.
Everyone's hailing up A&I.
Okay. No, that's fine. That's all you're gonna get.
Where am I?
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Now out you go.
Okay. Can you go around that side
and out you go. Matthew Knight said the little one would climb Mount Everest to get her snacks, or their little one maybe he's talking about. I'm telling you, as soon as they know where it is, it doesn't matter how you think you tucked it.
Well, you know what? I gotta take things like things like the rice and flour, I got to keep high. Because I went in there one day and my other granddaughter
was playing
with the flour.
Yes.
And there was flour everywhere on her face, on the floor.
Yes. Matthew is saying, wash it down with a red stripe beer. I think he's talking to Ivan with the snapper fish.
There you go.
Nobis is saying, no more peanut butter or you're going to get peanut butter wasted.
You know?
I've seen that peanut butter wasted face when I go, because I'm also a lover of peanut butter. And when I go to make peanut butter toast, can't find the peanut butter. She has taken it and stashed it somewhere.
Yeah, she's hidden it somewhere.
Oh my God!
Funny enough, the other day, I went looking. I wanted to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Okay.
And I went in the kitchen and I thought, how is it we don't have peanut butter? Because somehow somebody is hidden this peanut butter somewhere.
Jar.
Someone's hidden this peanut butter somewhere.
It's Zuri.
Yeah.
I hope everyone's giving those thumbs up in the
hit
chat.
Those hearts.
Hit those hearts.
Yeah.
Now, if you guys want to know the secrets about frying fish, go check out our video. It's in there. It's one of our earlier videos, but it still resonates today.
And we have
he shows you how he prepares them, how he seasons the oil. I don't know about y'all, but I never knew nothing about seasoning no oil. He seasons the oil and then we fry those fish. We're probably going to do some fish frying live.
How many videos do we have here? I think we've had well over 600 videos. No,
I don't know.
I think we've got about 650 videos so far.
Maybe.
So you can imagine the variety of things we have. A matter of fact, early on in the show, I was talking about yesterday. I actually prepared a meatball Wellington, but I just did this as a bit of an experiment just to see, because, I will come on and I will prepare a dish, but I always like to prepare it ahead of time just to see if there's any, little things that I need to iron out.
It's funny, guys.
The instructions are correct.
There's a lot of dishes that he will cook once he has it ironed out and will make the video and present it to you. But usually, unless it's something straightforward and something that he knows how to cook from the back of his hand, there's always a tester, sometimes a tester or two. So this is something that he's kind of trialing. So a lot of times our fridge is full of recipes.
Just doing trials.
Yeah.
Very much like the other day when I did, I think we had an informal window and I did the chicken, and Lo was showing you guys that I burnt the chicken.
Yes.
That was the
chicken that he was experimenting, that he ended up making,
and it was
for the bridal shower and
for the baby shower.
The baby shower. Sorry, pardon me. The baby shower and the chicken fell off.
It was
I didn't even eat a proper piece of that chicken.
Absolute hit. And
my brother said to me, "Oh my God, look how much chicken you guys are frying. Make sure you bring some back for me." There was none. The chicken done, sell off, done. Yes.
And part of that whole process was in order to use. I actually brined the chicken. Normally, you just kind of season it and, dredge it in the flour. But I actually brined it from the day before. And brining it, the interesting thing about that is all the seasoning that you have in the liquid, the water now becomes a vessel. Yes. It takes all that seasoning right to the core of the chicken.
So the little piece I had was a little half a piece of wing. And it was so delicious. And it maintained that crunch. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Now, So Blessed says kids love items. More than they love kitchen items more than they love their snacks.
Is that water? What is she doing to the water in the kitchen now?
Can you put out an SOS for them to come to their job?
Wow.
What are you doing?
All right, this young lady she's a handful. I'm sure she's got the little step stool she had in the kitchen that she used to reach the peanut butter. She's now in the kitchen. I can hear the water running. She's washing her hands. So she's doing the responsible thing of washing her hands. But knowing...
Very good. She was just washing the peanut butter off her hands.
Well, my fear with her is when she washes her hand and the sleeve is long, it tends to get wet because she doesn't, but she's got a short sleeve on now.
All right. So We Are Drew Morris says, smart, keep them things up high. Nino, you're right. But you see now, Zuri is learning to climb. She puts up her step stool and she climbs onto the counter.
Onto the counter. She reaches up. She grabs whatever it is she wants.
Now, Life with the Dean says exactly $2,270 tasty company price. So at the store, it's about
It's about
$2,700 the lease. She's saying. Wow. So that's how much. I guess the price is going to be a hell of a lot more. It's almost double here.
Yeah.
It's almost double over here.
They'll charge you double here because you don't have much of a choice. It's either you buy it or you don't. In Jamaica, in Jamaica, you can't go and buy a slice of cheese.
Yes. You can buy that here too.
You can to some degree, yes.
VR Dream Warriors says that they'll have to go check out the video on frying after your live. Thank you. Traveling Jimmy Chips is saying hello, Nino and Lo. Hi,
yes,
Nadine.
Jimmy, big up on yourself.
Everyone's saying hi back to Traveling Jimmy Chips. I love that name.
Jimmy Chips. Hey, Jimmy Chips, you know somebody named Potato Chips? Because you should give somebody close to your name like Potato Chips. And say, Jimmy and Potato Chips this.
Now, Nobius is trying to clarify with Nadine what's costing $2,270,000. I think that's the
hold on, what did you just say?
$2,270. I think she's referring to the cheese.
The cheese, yeah.
And that's in Jamaican dollars. Mm-hmm. A&I is bigging up Nadine. And I'm telling you, the price of Jamaican goods,
they're out of this world.
Yes.
Out of this world.
You can't.
Everything is expensive.
But
everything is expensive.
We can't wait. We can't.
We're going to save this until Friday.
Because if you open this now, it's going to be dead. It's
going to be dead.
Because we open one and it's already done. We open one tin cheese, it's already done.
One bun and it's done.
Yeah. So we have to save these for Good Friday, along with the
fish.
The fish.
We'll make some fish.
Yeah.
Actually, the beauty is I'm
off on Friday.
I'm off the whole week.
Oh.
I was saying to somebody, hey, let's go to Jamaica for Easter, but
I'm giving Jamaica a little bit of a rest, guys. I'm giving Jamaica a little bit of a pause. Pause. You okay?
Yeah, I'm getting a little sleepy, a little tired. I got work tomorrow.
Pick up your energy.
Okay, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Anyways, you're there yawning up on the live. Guys, he's so retarded. He was the one that wanted to come on the live as he always is. Let's go live. And then they are yawning.
I wanted to go on a live like 3 hours earlier. And then you kept on delaying, stalling. I
wasn't delaying, but we've been on here now for a good while. And I guess maybe if you're tired, we can end the live. Well, what do you say? I wanted a goal of 30 likes. We got 19 likes, but I'll be good with that.
Can we push that up? Can we get some more likes, guys?
Going to be a firefighter. I think so.
Hit those hearts. See if we can. If everybody simultaneously hit those hearts or call a friend.
I watched a live today where the girl, what was the name of her? It was Flavor, the nurse midwife.
Yes, that sounds like her.
And she said, call out your ninja account to come and like up the live and watch it. And you know what? It worked. She got her goal.
She did get her goal.
She did get her goal. But I thought, oh, does everybody have a ninja?
Hey, listen, we just appreciate having you guys.
Yes.
Having you guys come by, spend the time with us.
Spend some time with us.
You know
it's always a good laugh
love.
here.
It's good love, good family, good friend, good fun, and good vibes, right?
Yes.
So we like it. So
and speaking of chicken, your friend Winsome asked you to make her some of that chicken.
She didn't she?
Yes.
Well, is Winsome on the live? Winsome, if you're on the live, let me know you're on the live. Let me tell you what I go on, Winsome. I like that. See some hearts going up on the right-hand side.
Thank you.
Guys, start hitting those heart buttons. Just hit the heart. I want to see enough heart popping. Show me some love. Well, now hit our smile. Watch out.
Matthew says that she's going to be a firefighter, and Dreamwear says you mean a peanut butter starter. Yes, she's going to be a peanut butter starter.
I like that. Look at that. Oh, yeah, the hearts are going nuts. Hit those hearts, guys. Hit those hearts.
Yes.
We love the hearts.
Life of the Dean said, I'm going to do my live 9 a.m. tomorrow, Jamaica time.
9 a.m. Wicked on what? 9 a.m. in Jamaica is what? About 10.
It's 10. I think it's 10 o'clock here because they're ahead now that we changed our time. They don't have daylight savings time in Jamaica, so we're off. Right?
So they're, is that how it goes?
Yeah.
They're hour ahead. They're hour ahead.
They're an hour ahead. Yeah.
No, hour behind. When it's 10 o'clock here, it's only 9 o'clock there.
Yes.
You're an hour behind.
Yes.
So 9 o'clock Jamaica time is 10 o'clock here.
We are Drew Morris saying, nice, Nadine. So if
Ooh,
any
I love
of you
that.
guys have
look at the
not
hearts.
connected,
Look at the hearts.
Listen,
love
if
that.
anybody here has...
Well, hold on. Okay, Nino, you can do the right. Nadine, have you given up, Nadine? Nadine is telling me that I can do the fritters.
Nadine,
Guys,
you can't.
let me give you a little background.
God.
Nadine has
Let me go put on the kettle.
Nadine has challenged me to a fritter making competition.
No,
and
she did not challenge you.
Who she didn't challenge? What do you mean? She challenged the women, which is low, to a fritter making competition. But there's a twist. The fritters must also have cabbage. So it's cabbage and saltfish fritters. And I said to Nadine, I gave her an opportunity because at the time I thought it was I that she was challenging. I said, Nadine, I'm going to give you one opportunity to withdraw your challenge. Because if you don't withdraw your challenge, I'm going to get you. Right? I'm going to take you down. So then they decided that Lo should cook.
But this is the funny thing. Anybody on the channel that knows me knows me for make fritters.
Can you see a while ago?
I have never in my life needed dumpling for make dumpling in any shape or form. I've never made fritters myself. Me for go in a challenge with Jamaican women, I would lose in a heartbeat.
Let me ask you one question.
No.
You were sitting here quite quiet.
Yes.
And you just got up a while ago and you did something. What did you get up to do?
To put the kettle on.
Right. That's what she's good at.
That's okay.
That's the extent of her cooking.
That's okay.
Put the kettle on.
And that's not true. I do cook.
She did it right.
But Jamaican food, like, listen, although dumpling is just a flour dough, it has to be the right mix of salt and whatever else you put in it, and it has to be kneaded just so, or else it just tastes like
Nadine,
handful of flour.
Nadine, let me let you in on a little secret, because I'm not sure whether you heard before Lo was referring to that when before we prepare something,
Nadine is laughing,
and we film it. Before we prepare something and film it, I usually do a trial to see if there's any bugs that I need to iron out. Okay.
And you were trying the fritters.
Nadine, we make the fritters already with the cabbage. Nobody challenge me. Take it back. Take it back.
He did it secretly.
I did it
while I was asleep.
I have look in the fridge right now. You see a little yellow container.
All right.
Up top with a little bit in it. Nadine, I've done my trial already. I've perfected the art of making fritters, saltfish fritters with cabbage. I perfected the art. This is all that's left, Nadine, of my sample. I've sampled it already. I've done it already.
Done it already. So fritters, battles, bluebirds.
I'm begging right now, take back a challenge. You're not gonna like the result.
Matthew Knight is putting his hands up. I'll tell you one person that's not entering that battle. That's me. If you had a pancake,
you have bucketed.
Listen, if you had a pancake battle with some Aunt Jemima pancakes, I make mean pancakes. Dash some blueberries in there, we're good to go.
There you go.
But fritters, no so.
You steal it from what you don't know, right?
Can't manage that. But Nadine, Nino's bad on the fritter game. I'll tell you that right now. Because anybody who's ever come to this house that have had these fritters, I'm telling you, they go before they're cool, and you have to make another batch.
I have exported these fritters. I remember one year we went to Long Island for Thanksgiving, and I brought all my fritter ingredients and I made some fritters for the crowd. That was my contribution to the Thanksgiving table. Oh my goodness!
It went like hot cakes.
They were like,
and they were definitely hot,
and they were
didn't even cool.
And they were having an event a week or two later on with some high profile.
It was one of our relatives
fundraising
was running for some government seat or something. So they had a fundraising.
And they called me because they wanted the recipe. So
you see that? Kathy Lee says that she loves fritters, and So Blessed says we leave fritters to the pros.
Yeah, man, fritters is.
You're my sister, girl.
Yeah,
I leave that type of cooking to the pros. Ain't nobody got time to be in the kitchen making no fritters when we don't know what we're doing. But like I said, give me a pancake, throw some blueberries, little bacon. We're good to go. But
what do you say?
fritters?
What do you say? What we
No,
got here?
sir.
We got everybody hanging around.
No,
So we
sir.
love this. So let us know, guys, if you want to continue. We're more than willing.
I'm wide awake
because
I'm a night owl. This one
more than willing and ready to continue. We can't talk about we can't go and talk the things.
Jen Tosh, I love after now. Jen Tosh, everybody welcome Jen Tosh into the chat. Jen Tosh can't cook. So Jen Tosh, Nino has been challenged, or I've been challenged to one of our YouTube friends here, Life with Nadine and Family, to a cook-off involving fritters. The only catch is you have to put the saltfish and a little cabbage in your fritters. Now, Jen Tosh, you've known me for years. You ever see me cook them type of food yet? Or ever need a dumpling?
Well,
never.
You notice since Nadine and Family is on. You notice your friend Dean. Dean know why I'm knowing. Dean still at this argument. Guys. Dean still at this argument. Nadine, let me give you an example. You see when I'm not even gonna go by way of the fritters.
Jen Tosh says nope. She knows me. I don't cook them type of food.
I'm not even gonna go by way of the fritters. I'm gonna go by way of.
She says
dumpling.
Nino is the chef.
You see when my fried dumpling, my dumpling them look like they graduate from Jamaica College.
Wow.
When my fried dumpling, they look like they graduate from Jamaica College. Right? Them look like them have a university degree. So they look private school lingo. So me I want you.
All right.
Right? Watch yourself.
Life with the Dean says that Dean. What did she say? No, Dean was in the kitchen. Jean was in the kitchen and Jen Tosh is laughing. Listen, me, I cannot make no fritters. I can eat them. And like I said, you see when Nino in the kitchen secretly he's perfecting his batter, Nadine. So that means his call to action is he's gonna kick some fritter butt.
Ready for you.
So Miss Sarful, no, I'll be the judge, but I'm not involved in the frying up because Nino's had years and years to perfect his batter, and now that he's adding the cabbage as the secret ingredient.
Oh, that's just just add that to me already established.
PhD dumpling.
Yeah, see there. PhD. I don't say ass. You know we are talking about Jen Tosh. PhD.
See the
PhD dumpling.
PhD dumpling.
Dumpling they got college enough time.
Why? Everybody's laughing. And Jen Tosh said, "What? Nino, you're serious?"
No, man, a serious thing, man. Me take challenge serious, you know. Me not play a game with challenge.
But she said now you can come in, you can do it. You can do the challenge.
Nadine, chair.
Nadine, See there.
Nadine.
You have your
me send this come game, you can't practice.
With him secret ingredient. But there's other ladies. There's other ladies on her channel that are
But I like the challenge, though. I like the confidence. I like the fact that you guys are challenging me. And as we mentioned earlier, though, that I did prepare a pasta dish yesterday.
Yes,
very simple.
So good.
If you guys ever knew how simple this is, it's a pasta dish and it's called aglio and olio. And all that means is garlic and olive oil. Those are the two key ingredients.
Kiss, my kind of food.
It was extraordinary.
The pasta was al dente.
Al dente. You just thinly slice your garlic and you put it in some olive oil. Don't make it go brown. You got to keep the burner low. Cook your pasta. Make sure your pasta is done.
Yeah.
Then once the garlic infuses the olive oil, you just put your pasta in there. Get a spoonful of pesto. Put some pesto in it.
Pesto.
I also put a little bit of chili pepper. That's some fresh chili.
It was a little.
It might be a little spicy. There was a little heat, but it's up to you.
It wasn't too bad.
You don't necessarily have to put that.
But we are going to bring that video. That was the test yesterday.
And that in itself, the dish is done. All you then need is to grate some fresh Parmesan cheese.
It was so good.
The dish was a $35 dish. That was so simple. And that's the reason why
it would have cost a lot.
For me to go to a restaurant to buy pasta, you'll never ever
That's
see
what
that.
I was gonna say.
He's
He's such a food snob that
ever
when we
that.
go to a restaurant,
can't do it.
And the food is not to his liking and he complains, I start to sweat because I'm thinking, okay, now they're gonna do something, put something in our food because he's making such a stink. He'll send things back 2 and 3 times, whether we're here or abroad. That's dangerous. That's dangerous.
It can be dangerous. It
It
can be
is
dangerous.
dangerous.
And you have to do it in a way where it's not offensive to either the server or the chef. Just they're not gonna do something malicious unless you offend them.
Now, So Blessed says men don't usually cook unless they can really cook. Me not challenge such a man. Just cheer them on. Thank you, So Blessed.
Just imagine.
So
just imagine,
how can I cook?
Just
for
imagine.
This is a food snob.
There was one occasion when I was away on a trip. And I ordered one of my favorite breakfast items is eggs Benedict.
Oh,
so God. I ordered this eggs Benedict.
The years of eggs Benedict.
The eggs Benedict
problem.
The eggs Benedict came to me.
Let me make the tea.
And the eggs, if you know anything about eggs Benedict, it has to be a medium to a soft poached egg. This egg was like a golf ball. It was hard as rock. So I sent it back. I said, "This is not done properly. Can you?" So the lady brought it back. Then she brought it back again to me. This time they didn't have pea meal bacon. They put ham, which I excused them. Brought it back again. It was still hard. So I said, "Listen, I don't want you to bring me a new eggs Benedict. What I want you to do is ask the chef to come out and see me."
Oh gosh.
Okay. The chef came out and see me. We had a good little conversation. And I told him exactly how I wanted the egg. I said, drop the egg in the water. Of course, you put a little vinegar in the water. Drop the egg in. But before you do it, put the egg in a little cup. Get a small little ramekin and put the egg in there. I want you to create a little kind of cyclone with the water in the pan. As you stir the water, create a cyclone. And as the cyclone is going around, take the egg and just drop it in the water. Just pour it so gently into the water. Okay? And the round and round circular motion that will be made will coat the egg and it'll create this pocket. It's a perfect pocket, right? That was my opportunity to teach this young man something, because clearly he didn't know that that's the proper way of making a poached egg. And let me tell you something. When the final copy and the final draft of the poached egg came in front of me, I was impressed. He did an amazing job. And you know, that young man came out and he thanked me.
Could you imagine you're teaching the chef in a restaurant how to prepare?
I didn't do it to offend him. I saw an opportunity to teach him. And he was very receptive. Wow. Because I didn't do it in an insulting way.
Gentash said cheese ready for Easter. Right. The cheese.
See that?
And cheese the HTB bun.
No, HTB. I'm Maxfield.
Oh, sorry, I'm Maxfield.
We're done with HTB. HTB was before. I was in the past.
Nino, I don't, boss. I don't know what that means, Nadine. Gentash, that's a really simple Italian dish. Yes. I tasted beautiful. All right. Weird name for a dish, DreamWorks is saying. The oil and I think it just means oil and garlic in Italian.
That's all it is.
Lorna, are you growing garlic? No, I am not at the moment. But isn't garlic a cool weather thing? It's supposed to be out there right now, if I'm not mistaken. Because Gentash has not only can she cook, she has a wicked garden.
She has garden. Oh yeah. I love that. The garden.
Life with Nadine says it's going to be local versus international. Shots of fire! Shots of fire! Local. You've been called out, chef. You've been called out.
Nadine, my weapon.
Gentash says Nino is my kind of person. You're a food snob.
Nadine, my weapons come from Israel. They're sharp. They're sharp. They are sharp.
Bluebird says I order simple dishes when I'm out to eat. And We Are Dreamers says, oh yeah, the egg is supposed to be soft.
Yes. As I'm talking about my weapons come from Israel. I was watching a clip the other day, and unbeknown to me, and again, every day you watch something online, you learn something.
Nobody teach them, you know.
Every single citizen in Israel has to serve time in the military. Okay, and the other part is when you walk around the streets of Tel Aviv, you see what appears to be normal citizens walking around with automatic pistols over their shoulder. Automatic
can't believe weapons. Everything you read.
No. It's facts though. Because the reason for that is the soldiers in Israel that are serving in the military are allowed to take their weapons wherever they go.
Okay.
They don't leave their weapons. So if something breaks loose, they're right there. They got their weapons with them. That's interesting. I've never heard of that before, but I'm not surprised, but
well,
I thought it was pretty interesting.
Jen Tosh wants to know if you are making your own bun. And she says Nadine is serious. You plant the garlic from the fall.
I want to hear Jen Tosh, but make bun. The last time my mother-in-law.
The last time you tried to make bun, it came out like rock.
I don't mean make it. Your mother make it. Last time my mother-in-law make bun.
Terrible.
When she make bun,
these guys in this family should not bake.
If me see a burglar come to the door, me just fling the bun out and then I bust it. Me say the bun tough. I've just resorted to. I am not a baker. I can't bake.
No. Listen.
I'll be the first to admit it. Somebody just buy me a bun.
Listen. 1 year, because Nino's mom is the maker of the Christmas cakes, and she does very well. So 1 year, Nino decided that he's gonna take over the tradition. So he had his mom here, Jesse was here, he was here. Take over the kitchen for a whole afternoon making this Christmas cake. It wasn't the best, people. He should have left it to his mother. It was not the best.
Never come out proper.
Was not the best at all. Woo, I'm losing the chat. Okay. So Bluebird is saying, okay, it means oil and garlic.
Yes.
Nadine is saying, Nino, that she doesn't boast. So she's saying she not boast, but don't underestimate her cooking skills. All right. Jentash says it's facts. The settlers are armed as well. Yes. So she's confirming what you're saying about the people walking with their weapons.
Yeah.
And Life of Nadine with family saying, yes, Gentar. So she's also agreeing. So Kathy says, Nino and Lo, I have to run. Nice seeing you guys. I must say you both look young and fresh.
Thank you very much.
And say hi to Mama for me. Thank you so much for coming, Kathy.
Kathy, next time you come and bring a friend, and tell our friend to bring our next friend.
And I hope we'll see you again soon. Take care and have a great evening, my love.
I think it's time to wrap up this live.
We will, but let me finish with here.
You finished
now, Gentar says, Nino, I enjoy making difficult things, and she makes some good things. So you have to challenge yourself as a chef, right?
Absolutely.
And Derek Bryn says, I love to cook, but I'm no chef. Most Caribbean men should know how to cook, is what he says. All right?
I like that.
Nobius is saying, thank you for coming, Kathy, and I hope to see you next stream. We Are Dreamers is laughing at the tough bun. And Gentar says baking is a precise science.
It is. So and that's the reason why I don't do it, because it's too precise.
And Nobius is saying the bun is now a certified weapon.
May I tell you, but Miss Nadine, take this as a warning though. I know you're not bragger, you're not boss, because he's a humble woman. Listen to Dean.
What Dean say?
Dean until I must challenge me.
Oh. Well, it's all in
but you got fun, right? It's all
international,
in fun.
Local, and international, right?
I love the fun of it, though.
Well, I didn't hit my goal of 30-some thumbs up.
How many thumbs up?
But I think it says 22 thumbs up, and 22. I am satisfied with that. We've been here with you for a couple hours.
You guys are awesome, spending all your time with us. We appreciate it.
We've had some good laughs and some good exchange. And please, usually after I do these lives, I kind of try to highlight a few channels in my community page. If you guys can go and give those people a follow. We're all small YouTubers, just trying to make it here in these YouTube streets. Some of us are monetized, some of us aren't monetized. And I mean, YouTube is a lot of work. I mean, it's fun.
It is a lot of work.
But it
has to be a labor of love, though.
It definitely is.
It has to be a
so
labor
if you guys can support some of the channels I highlight there, that would be so greatly appreciated, because we're building community here.
That's it.
Right?
That's it.
I'm starting to see some of the same faces come back, and I love it. And Novlet Phoenix says it was nice. Thank you so much. You guys are wonderful.
And listen, don't forget Sunday, guys. 4:30 Toronto time.
Yes.
At what time?
Jamaica? No, I'm confused.
3:30.
Is it?
Yeah, it's 3:30 Jamaican time, because it's an hour behind.
And Jamaica so it's
3:30 Jamaican time, 4:30 local Eastern time, and we want to see you guys. The informer window, we set up the camera at the window, and we talk the things, and we do the things.
So Blessed says, don't be stingy with the thumbs up, people.
All right.
And We Are Dreamers says he was a little late, but it was
we
great.
Appreciate it, guys.
We appreciate every single one of you.
Spending your time with us.
Because you didn't have to be here. And we will see you live again Sunday at 4:30.
So the whole honor,
bring a friend. Right?
I say go.
Bring our friend.
Bring our friend for bring our friend. Tell our friend for tell our friend.
Yes.
Let's do it all as a community, because over here you want to get enough love, enough respect,
vibes.
Enough vibes.
Yes.
All right.
All right, everybody. Take care.
Bless up on yourself. Yeah.
Bye.
Good night.